season and got bounced, 7-game series, if either of them are playing, Baltimore probably not, because they, I don't, Texas was just a buzzsaw, but Texas has been that all year. It's not because they did X, Y, or Z. It's because all season long, they're the streakiest team in baseball. They would win 6, lose 6, win 6, lose. It happened all year. It's just the way it is. And they came in on the good side of one of those streaks. Guess what? They ended the regular season sort of on the bad side of one of those streaks. And it just happened to click at the right time. The fact that Texas is even there, by the way, losing DeGrom, losing Scherzer for a while after they trade for him. Gray had been injured for a while. They had to add Montgomery. Corey Seager missed a significant number of games. Josh Young missed a significant number of games. Adolis Garcia missed a significant number of games. Like, the fact that they're there is pretty crazy. Now, for the most part, they were able to get back to good health other than DeGrom, and we'll see what Scherzer can do if the series goes to 7 games. But they just got hot, and that's always going to be a part of baseball. There's nothing baseball can do to if you think that needs to be fixed, that's not fixable. That's the way baseball is played. But you can reward a team with a deeper rotation that may not be as top-heavy, right? Like, make it a 7-game series, and Zach Wheeler isn't the factor he is in a 5-game series. Same with all the aces, right? Reward teams that are deep. Reward teams that have great bullpens when you have to navigate a 7-game series. So that to me, on that topic that was happening at the end of the last shift and into the beginning of this one, that's the easy fix there. You can expand it out to 8 teams, and you can make every series 7 games. It wins for everybody. It wins for baseball because they make more money. It wins for the teams because they make more money. But it wins for fans, man. Like, there is nothing better in the sports. And I'm a baseball guy. I enjoy watching football more now, but I've grown up a baseball guy. Listened to baseball every day on the radio as a kid. We lived in the country. I had a long drive to and from wherever it was that we were going, and wherever it was, Dad and I were listening to the Rangers on the radio. I grew up in Texas. That's what we did. It was a part of it, like, literally everyday life for 6 months out of the year. And they stunk back then. Like, they were terrible. But we still did it. It's fine. That's what baseball is. But baseball is infinitely better and more emotional and more invested when your team is in the playoffs or in the mix for the playoffs. I mean, it's like you're watching a totally different sport. When everything matters in these games down the stretch and especially into the postseason, like, just the thought of that is so much more satisfying as a fan. So give more fan bases the ability to be a part of that. If at least at the end of the regular season. Expansion is almost never a bad thing. Almost never. And, the NCAA tournament, you might joke about that, and 68 teams. Nobody cares that they're at 68 teams, except there's 4 more fan bases that get 1 more game that means something. It doesn't have any impact on the winner of the NCAA tournament. But, the chances of that happening are so slim, who cares? You play those games, those teams that are, interested or if our alumni or fans of those teams are in it, bettors are probably in it, and everybody else is just like, bring on the regular start of the tournament. No big deal. Expand the baseball playoffs, but you got to be able to get it to 7-game series. That's the only thing, as baseball has transformed itself as much as the sport can in, a calendar year or two. That's the last piece to me. Getting it out to 3 games in this wild card in the bye, I do think baseball is the streakiest sport. I do not like teams having to go on a bye. I do agree there. I don't think that's a good idea. Have them play, whatever it is. If Atlanta's got to play Cincinnati or whoever, and I don't have it in front of me right now, whoever would have been the 8 seed in the National League in a 7-game series, Atlanta's going to be much better set in the next round than to have to sit there and wait and then play somebody. They just are. So, whatever it is, whatever example you want to use, if Baltimore has to play a 7-game series against, Seattle, now, I think Baltimore is a little different than Atlanta. I think Baltimore's an ascending team that won a ton of games. I don't think they're the kind of team Atlanta was, but, they get through a 7-game series against Seattle. I don't think they get swept by Texas. I don't think it happens that way. I'll agree there. That's why I think you add the teams, you make it 7 games, everybody wins, fans win, baseball wins, teams make more
The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Pirate fans, welcome to the U.S. Cellular 5th Quarter Postgame Call-In Show, brought to you by U.S. Cellular. Be sure to visit one of ECU graduate Brandon Tate's Platinum-certified U.S. Cellular stores and experience the highest standard of customer service. Call in on the live line at 317-1250. Now, with a complete recap of the game and your phone calls, live from the Pirate Radio studios, here's your host of the U.S. Cellular 5th Quarter, Clip Brock.
Pirates lose to Charlotte 10-7 today at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. A new low, perhaps, certainly, for this coaching staff and this current era of Pirate football. Just a dreadful performance offensively. A couple of missed field goals, including one at the end, and East Carolina's going to lose this game 10-7 today on Homecoming Hall of Fame weekend, and it ends in Pirate disaster. Biff has come in and beaten East Carolina, and I am biffed out for this show. If you can't beat them, join them. We made fun of Biff. We called Biff names, and he came here and kicked our ass. So I'm joining it. Jason Nichols is furious. Marcus Crandall is disappointed. And we will be taking your calls on the Halloween Express live line at 317-1250. Shirley Rhodes taking your calls. Joey, Big Dog here as well. We will kick it off after this.
With U.S. Cellular, it's just $19.99 per line for 1, 2, or 3 lines. So you don't need that robot daughter you built to get a 4th line for family plan pricing.
Oh, Rope Elizabeth? She's not gonna like that.
The robots will prevail.
Oh boy.
Get the low rate of $19.99 per line. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
Get 1, 2, or 3 lines for $19.99 per line right now at Atlantic Wireless, your U.S. Cellular authorized agent in Bellhaven, Snow Hill, and 3 locations in Greenville.
Once you get the meat and cheese for your sub freshly sliced right in front of you at Jersey Mike's, I'll tell you, there's no going back to anything else. That'd be like going back to dial-up internet. Am I connecting to space to order Jersey Mike's? Any day now. Okay, it's about to connect. What? Who picked up the phone? Nope. There's no going back once you see it freshly sliced at Jersey Mike's. A sub above.
Hey, John, I see your new system's having issues already.
Yeah, I used the other guy with an AC brand I've never heard of.
You should have used Delcor, John. They install Train. It's hard to stop a train.
I know, but the other guy was cheaper.
Cheaper isn't better, John.
I know.
Don't use the other guy. Call Delcor. For a limited time, buy a new Train system and pay 0% interest for 12 months. Visit Delcor.com for more details. Delcor, the service professionals.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in Uptown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
It's Bostic Sugg Furniture's big anniversary blowout, and we're celebrating it in style with huge anniversary savings on hundreds of items in stock, plus 6 months special financing. Experience the most restful, rejuvenating sleep ever on a comfortable mattress at a very comfortable price with up to 48 months special financing. Plus, in celebration of our 8 decades in business, register for over 8 anniversary giveaways during the big anniversary blowout at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Bud Light was brewed to be delicious and easy to drink beer, even when little things in life are hard. Like when the game is going into overtime, but you have even more time to enjoy it in a fresh Bud Light. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local retailer today. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Radio. Ho, you're listening to Pirate Radio.
You're listening to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock.
What to say after this one? 317-1250. East Carolina losing to Charlotte 10-7 today. Good to see old intern Atticus with the Jeff Blake throwback. Boy, oh boy. You are tuned in to the U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show on Pirate Radio. Also, check us out on Facebook and YouTube. Give us a like, subscribe, and if you're thinking about dinner tonight, how about wings over Greenville? Great football food. They dropped off some boneless and traditional wings, and we have enjoyed those while we were watching that disaster of a football game. Let's get to your calls while J. Nick stews and Marcus gets his thoughts together after what we just saw, because we do have lines locked and loaded, and I feel like we're going to have lines locked and loaded for a while tonight. Jay, Jansen, David, hang on. We start with B. Pace in Greenville. What's up, Pace?
What's up, guys? Listen, John Gilbert need to have an intervention here. It's time. You're going to have to make a decision on this situation. This is not going to get any better. The talent development is not happening. The recruiting is not happening. You're going to have to make a decision, or you're going to continue to go down this road. Listen, thank you for Mike Houston for what you did the last 2 years with, other people's recruits and things like that. Hey, congratulations. You got a great quarterback. You have failed this program. You have failed this program. You were not supposed to. You didn't think you were going to be here. It's time. Take some of the IPF funds, write him a check, give Harold the interim, play it out the rest of the year, and then get on the line and go get you a coach. East Carolina will never be a school that you cannot have offense, ever. Anytime this is as good as Skip Holtz's defenses were, he at least had some offense. This is embarrassing. Houston, it's time. You're an FCS coach, man. Good luck and go Pirates.
All right, there is B. Pays calling in from Greenville. We'll keep the calls rolling. 317-1250 on the Halloween Express live line, and David is up next in Raleigh. Hey, David.
Bruh, we just lost to Charlotte. We just lost to Charlotte. I couldn't agree more with, the first caller. Something's got to change, right? I think it starts with the coaching. Houston's been a disaster. His only winning seasons were, really COVID seasons, and last year he lost the big games and when we got a participation trophy. Overall, we're below 500, and it's like the first caller said, this is not getting any better, right? So we need to figure out what we're going to do, the rest of the season, and just get on track for next season, because this season's washed, right? I don't know if they need to cut Houston a check, tell him to go on somewhere, but man, he's like the first caller said, he's an FCS coach, man. He's not ready for the big boys. But that's all I got to say.
All right, thank you for the call, David. 317-1250 is the number on the Halloween Express live line. We'll keep it rolling with Jansen next in Greenville. Hey, Jansen.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I know this is obviously not the ideal afternoon we wanted to be having. I'm going to kind of beat a dead horse for what we've been talking about for the whole year, but Donnie Kirkpatrick is the worst play caller in America that I've seen. And I'm going to keep beating that horse. He's got to be fired, and I don't care if it's through Mike Houston or if it's by John Gilbert. He's got to go. I know the last two guys who called expressed really big frustrations with Mike Houston, and I think they're definitely not unwarranted. I don't think all of our problems are directly tied to Mike Houston, but I think, if anything, Mike Houston has been absolutely negligent from not going into the portal, getting a quarterback, from being completely illiterate of reading the capabilities of a quarterback in the offseason. I don't know how in the world we go through an entire offseason and not know for certain whether or not Alex Flynn or Mason Garcia are going to be any good. I think past that, I think our wide receivers today were absolutely pitiful. Running, just half-hearted routes. It was ridiculous watching these guys just run around like there was no heart. And I think that's honestly not exclusive to the wide receiver group. I think that's the whole team. I don't really feel like anybody or hardly anybody's playing with any heart today. And I think they heard it from the fans booing them, but not only them, but booing the coaches off the field. So I know it was kind of a bummer of a call, but hey, go Pirates, and I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, every call should be a bummer today because you just lost 10-7 to Charlotte, who was picked last in the American, who had not won a game against an FBS opponent. Their only win coming against an FCS opponent before this game. Let's get one more in, and we'll get some thoughts from Jason and Marcus, 317-1250 on the Halloween Express live line. Jay is up in Farmville. Hey, Jay.
Hey, Cliff. I've got 3 short points, and then I want to hear what Jason and Marcus have to say about it. Number one, Houston is determined to run the ball no matter what. That's what he hung his hat on, running the ball. It's run first, then pass. Okay, I'm not saying Donnie's off the hook on that, but still. Secondly, I want to know who draws up the offensive line blocking schemes. Is it the offensive line coach? Is it the offensive coordinator? I understand our offensive line coach is in its first year. But if Donnie tells him, I need you to block and open this hole for this play, somebody's losing something. And thirdly, you look at what Charlotte did, getting all those players out of the portal, some from Michigan, some from different players, a lot better athletes. And if you looked at their offensive line, they were huge. So was the defensive line. Houston refused to use the portal. With what we had and what we did get has not proven a thing. I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for the call. Charlotte's not any good either, by the way, but we lost to them, so they're better than us. You guys want to respond? How about, Jason, you don't know about this particular staff, but in previous staffs, and you too, Marcus, how about who does the blocking schemes? Is that the O-line coach, coordinator, head coach?
It's the O-line coach. He puts together the blocking schemes for the week for the O-line. I'm sure the offensive coordinator, they'll go over it and make sure they're on the same page. But it's going to be the O-line coach who puts together the run schemes, the blocking schemes throughout the week for those guys. So that's the answer to that question.
To add to it, it really kind of depends on the OC, really, because I have been in places where the coordinator is pretty much the coordinator of everything, to where he's doing the schemes for the offensive line and going through it with the O-line coach. And But either way, we don't know. Those are the little things or actually very important things that we don't know. We don't have the inside scoop of who has that autonomy.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Most places I've ever been, the O-lineman, unless that offensive coordinator is a O-line guy in nature, O-line coach is going to put together the run schemes. I would say 100% of places I've been.
You guys want to, we just went through some calls. We'll take a break, get to some more. Y'all want to give your thoughts on today?
I just think, it worked out pretty much outside of the score. Like, I thought the score would be a little bit higher than what it was, but it worked out to where pretty much what I thought in regards to the defense was going to play and up to what they've been showing over the last few weeks during their deal. But the thing is that I don't think we have the defense to win championships, if that makes sense, right? Like we talk about defense winning championships. We don't have that defense because the other parts of that has to go along with it, if you know what I mean, right? And so the special teams and the offense has to make plays at some point, right? And we don't have the defense that's going to, get the turnovers consistently on a weekly basis and give us opportunity after opportunity. We've had games where we had multiple turnovers, but, like today, how many turnovers do we have?
One for sure. All right. That's one, but
it's pretty bad when Julius Wood intercepts it, and you're like, man, the only way we're going to score is if he takes it.
We had two. We had a special teams where they dropped the point.
They gave us those points.
They gave us
points. That's special teams, yep.
Well, and we didn't even get points then. Remember now, the one that Julius got, we got 0 points out of that.
That's right.
So that was a wash. But I don't think you can blame this on the defense whatsoever.
No, not at all. Not at all.
You can't go in saying the only way we're going to win is if our defense. I know why we say that because of what we experienced this year, but that can't be your game plan. That can't be your motto.
The game plan was for the defense to have us giving us a chance to win the football game,
and they did again.
Yes, exactly, and that's my point.
They have to play beyond perfect at this point to win a football game, and that is not possible.
That's not fair. You can't do that. If they got us one turnover, they've done their job.
That's what they did. They did their job.
They can't. You don't come out of games with 4 and 5 turnovers that help, create field position for you. Come out with some 3 and outs. We could do that to keep field position in our favor. But even then, I mean, college football. Did y'all watch what those guys did? All they did was said, you know what? You can't stop our best player, option. And they ran speed option all day long. That's all they did. They kept the ball in their best player's hand.
317-1250. We'll back to your calls, Chris, Charles, Keith, and Brad. When we return on the U.S. Cellular 5th Quarter Call-In Show, strap in. Going to be a long one. Going to be a rough one. Just like that game was. Pirates lose 10-7. We're back with more after this.
It's bow time. Chicken or biscuits? That's an impossible choice. How can you decide between Bojangles' perfectly crispy, boldly seasoned chicken or their fluffy, made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuits? Well, the good news is you don't have to. With a Cajun chicken filet biscuit, you get the best of both worlds. An all-white meat chicken breast marinated with a bold blend of seasonings and served up on a fluffy, golden buttermilk biscuit. When it comes to real-deal Southern flavor, there's no reason you can't have it all. Order a Cajun chicken filet biscuit today. It's bow time.
In football, it takes great offense, defense, and special teams to make the perfect team. With New Blue, it takes great service in plumbing, electrical, and HVAC to make a perfect team. This is Aaron Williams with Ease Plumbing, and we have teamed up with Viva Electric and Roland Black Heating and Cooling to form New Blue Service Group. Same great local team, same great local service. Let us help you tackle any issues you may have. Just go to callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, where we are redefining service excellence. Go Pirates.
I'm Caleb Stroud, the founder of Stroud's Marine. I grew up on the water and I've loved boating my entire life. In 2012, I decided to give back to the marine community by creating a way for boaters to order pre-owned salvage marine parts online. Stroud's Marine was born to offer incredible prices and unparalleled customer service. We stand behind every part we sell, and our mission is to save you money and get you back on the water as quickly as possible. Visit StroudsMarine.com today for more information. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvage outboard parts.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Bonner Latham, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
This is Gina from Naughty Life in downtown Washington, inviting you to come shop our restock store. We are back from market with a great selection of everything Yeti and much more. For back to school, we have Scout lunch bags and book bags in all new patterns. We also have a great selection of t-shirts, including Old Row, Southern Fried Cotton, and Local Boy. Remember, we always provide free gift wrapping with your purchase. Shopping is always fun at Naughty Life in beautiful downtown Washington on Main Street.
Hey, I'm Holt Nailers. No one knows better than me how important it is as a quarterback to have protection on the field to be successful. My frontline team is critical to my success. For your frontline insurance protection, you need the team at Buck Insurance Agency. Buck Insurance Agency is your local team and have been helping customers like you for over 30 years with their insurance needs. When you need insurance protection, you'll get the whole team with Brian Buck and his staff. Call toll free at 877-357-1966. Go Pirates.
Pirates.
Papa John's new garlic epic stuffed crust pizza is the pizza inspired by our biggest fans. With that garlic flavor you all love.
In it, on it, with it.
Get the new garlic epic stuffed crust pizza for $13.99 only at Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
Pirate. Yo ho, yo ho, it's Pirate Radio. Pirate Radio.
You're listening to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock. Now, with the Pirate Radio scoreboard, here's Shirley Rhodes.
All right, let's run down some of the finals from earlier today. Air Force beat Navy 17-6. It was Baylor 32, Cincinnati 29. Boston College beat Georgia Tech 38-23. It was Memphis pounding UAB 45-21 was that final. Ohio State beat Penn State 20-12. It was Oklahoma 31, UCF 29. And Mississippi State beat Arkansas by a final of 7-3. Games going on right now. Iowa has a 10-3 lead over Minnesota in the third quarter. Tulane leads North Texas 21-7 in the third quarter. Oklahoma State trails West Virginia 17-13 in the third quarter. It's Nebraska 10, Northwestern 6 in the third. Pittsburgh and Wake Forest are tied at 7 apiece, and Missouri leads South Carolina 24-6. Tennessee all over Alabama at the half 20-7. That is a look at your Buccaneers Music Hall scoreboard, brought to you by the Buck. They have all the fun for your Sunday Fun Day covered. Every Sunday, kick off the day at the Buck with the largest 4K screen in Greenville, along with 18 TVs, so you don't miss a game. They'll have mimosa specials, a Bloody Mary menu, and pizza all day from Pizza Hut. And don't forget the weekly jersey giveaway starting at 5 o'clock. Score every Sunday at the Buck. Now let's head back in to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock.
It's not my name, Shirley.
Oh, I'm sorry, Biff Brock.
Thank you. I'm embracing my Biff today. Biff came here. Biff won.
Small Biff.
Man.
Little Biff.
A little bit.
Little Biff.
Little bit.
Shirley here, Joey here, Marcus Crandall, and Jason Nichols following a 10-7 loss today. East Carolina, late in the game, did get over 100 yards of total offense. 127 yards of offense today. And let me just check how many penalty yards, because I think Charlotte might have had another 15 after that stat. I'll find it in a minute. Anyway, 317-1250. We have 4 lines on the Halloween Express live line. I think we need more because it's going to burn down today. I got a lot of folks chiming in. Chris, Charles, Keith, hang on. Let's go to Brad in Greenville. Hey, Brad. He didn't hang on. Oh, Brad, you there?
Yeah, fellas, how are y'all?
Hey, what's up?
So I'm not going to say anything different than anyone else has said, but we're bad. We're really, really bad. The offense, dismal. If changes aren't made, then I don't know where we go from here. But I'll hang up and let you guys commentate and do your thing.
Yeah, I wish we knew where to go from here. We were kind of talking about that during the break. Quarterback at anything right now. But we got what we got, and it ain't pretty. Not at all. 317-1250. Keith is up in Myrtle Beach. Hello, Keith.
Hey, Clipped, how are you?
Terrible. How about you?
Bad.
Yeah.
Real bad. How do we fix this? Like, do we fire everybody and do we maybe get the death penalty like SMU, or where do we go?
I mean, what good would firing everybody do right now? I will say this. I thought that there wouldn't be any coaching changes till the end of the year. And during that game, I said, if you get shut out by Charlotte, it's about time for a coaching change, something. And I like Donnie Kirkpatrick as a person, but this offense is pitiful, putting up 127 yards today. against Charlotte. The 7 ECU scored was off a gift. Charlotte said, here, take the ball at the 10, and we scored a touchdown on that. So now I'm changing my tune a little bit. Would not be surprised if there are in-season changes as far as the coaching staff goes.
I mean, those guys literally tried to hand that game to us on a platter.
Multiple
times, right? With the muff punt, we didn't. Well, we scored off of that, but we had towards the end of the game, we all thought that the quarterback probably should have kept the ball and ran it and probably sealed the game. And plenty of other times they pretty much kind of tried to give us the game throughout that at least the last 10 minutes of the game, but we didn't take advantage, and that leads me to believe that we're not that good. We're not, because good teams actually take advantage of those things, take them, and they take advantage and find a way to get the job done, and we didn't.
All right, we head back out to the Halloween Express live line and talk to Charles in Fayetteville. Hey, Charles. Chuck. No? All right, let's try Chris in Arapahoe. Hello, Chris.
Yes, the first thing I'd like to say is bad game. And second, we lost to a team that their coach looks like Senator Fetterman from Pennsylvania. I mean, come on, have some class. Wear a shirt or something. I'd like to say that you look at JMU's record right now after Houston left. I don't know if Houston was the guy that got JMU to the level that they're at. It might have been the players. I mean, they're still killing it. He's here. Johnny Kirkpatrick needs to stop having that playbook from the 80s or 70s or whatever he's got, because it ain't working. And last thing I'm going to say is we had the ball before half, and we run some bull crap easy plays, didn't try to get no chunk yards down the field, and that just shows that our coaches are incompetent of being in the situation that they're in. That's all I have to say. Go Pirates, fire Houston, and fire the OC.
All right, Chris, frustrated Pirate fan, as many are after just a depressing performance today. 10-7 lost homecoming, Hall of Fame weekend. A lot of former Pirates in town. You guys wanting it so bad and being so far away from something competent on the field. Let's check in with our fifth quarter cohort, Billy Weaver, before we take a timeout. Weave, you are not here, but you are calling in. What's up?
Well, I actually wish I was there because I figured this would be a lit show, but not for good reasons. Let me just say that was an embarrassment to watch, and I have actually never been in a situation where it was actually laughable at East Carolina. That was laughable. That was, you knew they were not going to win that game. I just had every thought in my mind that there's no way they're going to win this game. Charlotte gave them every opportunity to win that game, and I knew the Pirates were not going to take advantage of it. I just knew it. And you know what? If someone shows you what they are or someone tells you what they are, believe them. The Pirates showed us what they are today. They're a one-win football team, and that one win coming over an FCS team. That's what you got for this year. And, you know, I'm not one to usually say, fire coaches, fire this, do that. Yeah, that's for the fans to do. But with that being said, after watching this performance today and losing at home on homecoming to a 1-5 at the time Charlotte team who had not won a game in the American Athletic Conference yet, that was their first win. You lose that game at home. If you're John Gilbert and you're not right now trying to figure out what you want to do in the future as far as, do I need to go talk to boosters and see if there's somebody that's willing to eat this money on this contract and get rid of Mike Houston now? I don't think that drastic, but I think you got to start thinking in terms of that. Okay, this is not working. This is year number 5. At any other place in the country, Mike Houston would be gone, period. I don't think that's going to happen, but I do think someone is going to lose their job, because if you're Mike Houston, the only way you save your job is to eliminate someone else that can be the fall guy, so to speak. I hate to use that word, but that's basically what it is in that situation, to save his job for another year, to get another year to prove, okay, I'm worthy of being on this level. That's what I foresee happening. I see that he's going to fire Donnie to save his job, and then next year he's going to have that 1 year. He's basically going to have a 1-year contract to prove that he can coach at East Carolina University. And if he can't get it done next year, he's gone, period. So that's just my thoughts on the whole thing. Very disappointing all the way around. It really is.
No doubt, Weave. We'll get you on Pirate Radio Live this week, talk more about it, and we need to get to all these calls. But good to hear from you after the game, and yeah, agree with your thoughts.
All right, man. That's just my 2 cents worth.
Yeah.
Have fun. I do hate that I'm not there, kind of helping, plug the holes in the ship.
We need you,
We missed you here, man.
Hey.
We know you had a good time where you are, though.
Keep bailing water, guys, man. Don't let the ship sink.
We got you.
All right, there you go. Billy Weaver joining us. Halloween Express Live Line. Adam on YouTube says, need a quarterback. We need someone who can coach a quarterback. Well, I mean, or recruit one way or the other, because and I was thinking about this, like, kind of a rhetorical question, but what do we do at practice on offense? Like, do we complete passes? Do we look competent at practice? I know if I ask the coaches, they'll say, yeah, we had a great practice. But, like, do we look like our football team at practice? Because we don't during game day on offense.
Maybe you need to sneak a drone or something over there and get some clips, because I couldn't tell you. I mean, I would think they look – I don't know. I would think they have to be functional. I mean, as a coach, you got to get on them if it's not during practice, right? I mean, we as a coach, practice is everything. So if you don't get it done in practice, what makes you think you're going to get it done in the game? So I got to know that they got to be on them. But there's some disconnect. I don't know what it is between whatever goes on practice to the game field. There's something that we're not seeing, because I mean, fellas, we talked about it being in here. I try not to be so critical of the program, but God, I mean, like, we're the same team we were 7 weeks ago.
Yeah, if not worse. Like, we have.
I mean, we don't look like we've grown anywhere. I mean, it's so that's the frustrating part when you sit here and you say, well, what's the steps that we've taken? I don't know if we've taken any.
Yeah. I asked you before the game, Marcus, because you are Mr. Positive, optimistic. I said, what positive strides have we made offensively? And even Mr. Positive said you had to find, he said, where's the magnifying glass?
Yeah.
And where's the fine-tooth comb? Because, it's hard to point out. After this game, I mean, we're taking steps backwards, it looks like.
I mean, fellas, we struggled to get 100 yards until late in that game.
Yeah.
100 yards, something's, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
100 yards.
All right, Steve, Bucky, and Kyle in LaGrange will be up next when we return. U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show. Thanks to Wings Over Greenville for the great post-game food. Drop by some traditional, well, Joey picked it up, actually, but they cooked us up. Some great traditional and boneless wings. Great night of football still ahead, so if you want it delivered to your door, 758-WING, Wings Over Greenville can do that for you. All right, we're back with more U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show. Bad loss for the Pirates. We're talking about it, and we'll do more after this.
Pizza, subs, slice, ice.
Jenny, what are you doing?
Just letting the Pirate Nation know that Cucinella's has 2 locations. One in downtown Greenville across from Sup Dogs, and now in Midtown Greenville beside Best Buy. Did you know Cucinella's is open every day with $6 lunch specials, slices all day, beer, wine, and their famous homemade gelato? Cucinella's in downtown Greenville, and now their new location next to Best Buy. Go Pirates!
Hey you, yeah you, have you heard? Greenville Auto World is under new ownership and is now part of the DriveHereNow.com network. DriveHereNow.com is run by local people who buy, service, detail, and sell everything directly to you. Greenville Auto World is now the 5th dealership to join the DriveHereNow.com network. Get car shopping today at DriveHereNow.com and choose a location near you. DriveHereNow.com, serving Eastern North Carolina for over 47 years and proud supporter of the Pirates.
Save a load on a new John Deere compact utility tractor and loader from Quality Equipment. It's never been easier to get the best brand on the market at an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Now is the time to get that tractor package you've been dreaming of to get your next job done right. Stop by one of our 36 locations in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, or visit us online at QualityEquip.com.
Here with Christy Conway today from ENC Pirate Realty, and you guys are more than real estate agents.
That's right. We also provide property management services for rental properties. We have found that rental property owners have difficulty managing their rental properties effectively. We can provide full-service property management to those owners to include advertising their homes for rent, tenant screening, rent collections, and maintenance coordination. If you have real estate or property management questions, contact us at encpiraterealty.com. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Taylor from Fleet Feet, making sure you have the best and most comfortable shoes this tailgate season. Locally owned and operated by ECU alums Chris and Kendra Lunyon, Fleet Feet of Greenville provides solutions through one-on-one services to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoes, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come see us at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf and Ski location. Fleet Feet, we run for you.
Built strong and built to last. Kawasaki Mule side-by-sides are made to handle the toughest jobs. Whether you're putting in a hard day's work or trail riding on the weekend, Mule side-by-sides are built to get it all done with confidence. From the compact Mule SX to the full-size Mule Pro FXT, no matter the task, there's a perfect Mule side-by-side to help get the job done. We've stayed authentic to our roots for over 30 years with an uncompromised commitment to performance, capability, and durability. That commitment is captured in 3 words after building a reputation that doesn't waver. When it comes to the capable lineup of Kawasaki Mule side-by-sides, those 3 words are trusted, tried, and true. Whether you're looking for a compact or full-size Kawasaki Mule, visit our showroom at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville, or online at ronayersmotorsports.com. On approved credit, see dealer for details.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street's famous weekday lunch specials are only $7.99. Stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and a drink on the patio. Join Down on Main Street every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
Turkey, ham, bacon, these and other meats are great around the holidays and every other day, but they all leave behind grease when you cook them, and grease is a real pain in the drain. When you pour grease down a drain, it cools and can clog sewer lines. That can lead to sewer spills, which are messy, bad for the environment, and can also be expensive. Never pour grease down the drain. Instead, collect it in a container like a used soup can or jar. Let it cool and throw it away in the trash. Together, we can protect our sewer system and the environment. For more information, go to GUC.com.
Pirate Radio.
Being a part of the program, being a student athlete at ECU, they are going to be very much in the spotlight.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to the U.S. Cellular 5th Quarter Postgame Call-In Show. Here's Clip Brock.
Shirley was trying to play some audio from Mike Houston, and maybe I can play it here off this computer, Shirley, to hear his post-game press conference. Let me see if I can get it here on this one.
I was really disappointed in the ending of the ball game and not being able to get the win. You know, it's I thought it would be a others just like us this year. We had our opportunities. We did not play great in the first half. We've got to do a better job there. But I thought the kids, the second half, they played very hard to give us a chance. But we were not able to, to convert and take advantage of some opportunities right there. And you got to do that in order to win that ball game.
So, Mike Houston there. Nothing he can say right now is going to make anybody happy, but more close game. And I don't think anybody's questioning effort at this point from the players. I mean, we're seeing that, right? But we're not seeing execution. We're not seeing any improvements. And once again, just a very disappointing outcome. The most disappointing of the year, losing 10-7. And again, you go back to just the total yards for East Carolina today, 127 total yards in the game. And it took them late in the game to get over 100 yards. By the way, Charlotte had 90 penalty yards, so they almost equaled our total yards in that game. Time of possession, is this right? I know this stat's misleading sometimes, Jason. 41-19 in favor of Charlotte?
Yeah, I agree.
Good God.
I agree. And look how close we were. I mean, we still had a chance to win that game.
They tried to give us the game. They had a silver platter, said, here you go, Pirates.
Yep.
We said, no, thank you. We won't take it. Another thing, too, Jason, somebody...
Palms down.
You mentioned this. I think it completely, you said, certainly when Charlotte had the ball, that looked like a middle school or high school game with the offenses. They're running a little option. We can barely complete a pass, over 10 yards. It was just ugly football.
It was, man. It was disappointing. I mean, I thought, I was hoping, shall I say, that we would find a way to win it today, and we couldn't. And they just ran some simple speed option plays with their quarterback, and he seemed to slither through and would always make it a manageable down for those guys most of the game today. And then they took that one shot off of the QB, speed option look where they slipped the guy down the sideline. They hit him right there, and we ended up tackling him on the 1 yard line or whatnot. But it wasn't a great offensive game by any means.
I mean, that's not another kudos go out to the defense, man, because they came out with that game plan or they ran the speed option, which we haven't faced all year.
Yeah.
In regards to that, and so that's really a tough offensive play to cover. And because you really have to be disciplined with it on the defensive side of the ball. We gave up some plays here and there, but for the most part, I mean, they only scored 10 points. Right?
It looked like they hadn't done it a lot either because the back kept dropping the ball on the pitches. I mean, it was just ugly all around. You would think there was like rain and sideways rain, and then no, it was a nice, beautiful day and just some ugly offense. Davis, Steve, Bucky, hang on. Let's go to Kyle in LaGrange. What's up, Kyle?
Clip, I don't even know where to start, man. I got so many places I want to go. Start off looking at Mike Houston. I said it after game 2. I've said it since then, and I'll keep saying it. I really believe he didn't think he was going to be here this year. I think his arrogance has bit him in the ass. I don't think he's done a good job recruiting on the opposite side of the ball. If you look at receivers he's bought in the last couple of years, half of them ain't even on the team anymore. More than half. He's had so many misses at receiver. We're vastly under-talented on the offensive line. Quarterback situation is a nightmare. If I don't see Mason Garcia again, nothing against the young man personally, it'll be too soon. I don't. You look back at Mike Houston, and we look at JMU. JMU's rolling out the FBS level. JMU's been a power for a long time. They've won with Everett Withers was the head coach there prior to Mike Houston. He didn't get fired. He left to take an FBS job at Texas State. He was a finalist here for our job when we hired Scotty Montgomery. Now Everett Withers is the defensive coordinator at Temple, and they can't stop air. JMU was an Alabama of the FCS. They're much like Appalachian State. They've transitioned to FCS, and they just keep winning. That wasn't Mike Houston. That was the program. He's never won with his own players anywhere. When he took over at the Citadel, he was there 2 years. That was with other people's players, the previous staff. He doesn't know how to build a program, and he cannot coach at this level. Offensively, we're horrible. We are beyond horrible. I'm stating the obvious. Everybody knows the offense is horrible. I'm legally blind. The blind man can see the offense is horrible. Horrible. There's no excuse for it. No excuse to be this bad. Biff Posey, a man who doesn't wear a whole shirt in year one of a 10-year-old program, came in here, beat our ass. No pride. We let Charlotte, Marcus Crandall, Jason Nichols, y'all wouldn't have let that happen. We let Charlotte come in here and beat us. We are. Mike Houston is a con. He is a scam. And he deserves to be fired because of his arrogance. His arrogance, thinking that he was going to ride whole nailers and them boys' coattails to an SEC or ACC job, and he wouldn't be here this year. He thought he was going 9 or 10 games last year, but because he doesn't know how to coach, all he could do was 8, even with all that talent. Everybody at Pirate Nation owes Holt Nailors a huge apology. He's the only reason we won 8 games last year. He's the only reason we won 7 games before, along with his teammates. It wasn't because of Mike Houston. It was this idiotic, moronic offensive coaching staff. Donnie, people want to say, oh, Donnie's gone, man. Donnie's as gone as the wind. There ain't no question that Donnie's going to be fired. I would fire him tonight, but we're going to go 1-11. And let me put that in perspective for everyone. The worst season in East Carolina history if we go 1-11. What people say, hey, we went 1-11 under John Thompson. Look at that schedule versus this schedule. And his one win was against the FBS opponent. Our one wins against Gardner Webb. We ain't beating anybody else. 1-11. We are as bad as we were under Scotty Montgomery. The reason the scores don't look as bad, Scotty Montgomery was bad on defense. Our offense is the equivalent to Scotty Montgomery defense. The scores just look better because the defense is good. But we are as bad as we were under Scotty Montgomery. Scotty Montgomery at least won 3 games. He at least beat NC State, UNC. I hated Scotty Montgomery because I was such a big fan of Rupp. Put it in perspective. This is 5 years now for Mike Houston. This is going to be 3 losing seasons out of 5. There was 2 good ones in between, but I put that mostly on Holton and the boys that Montgomery brought in here. Does Rajee Harris, does he have naked pictures of Mike Houston? Every time another running back, Camaro Edmonds, Marlon Gunn touches the ball, they make bigger plays. I'm assuming we're playing Rajee because he's better with blocking. But my God, that's not a knock on Rajee. We're not playing our best players at running back. We're just not. I don't know what we're doing. But I tell you what, you can't convince me if we go 1-11. Somebody better come up with the money. His buyout's around $4 million because John Gilbert made his base salary so high out of arrogance also because he thought his boy was going to get hired away by somebody else and another school would be buying out this contract, not that we would have to buy it out ourselves. So we might have to make that decision and fire him and pay that $4 million after going 1-11 because we're going to go 1-11. Now, you might have to hire somebody on the cheap. Now, I don't even know if Western Carolina won today, but I'm going to give somebody a name, Kerwin Bell. Kerwin Bell is the head coach of Western Carolina. They're averaging about 50 points per game. Okay, he's built that program. He won a national championship at Valdosta State, all on offense at the Division II level. He's gone to Western Carolina, a horrible FCS program, and has built that program himself. They're averaging about 50 points a game. Keep hire. Maybe he retains Blake Harrell and the defensive staff. We turn it around on offense. He can bring in his quarterback from Western. That's just an option. I'm just throwing it out there because we're not going to have a lot of money to make a hire. We're going to have to fire him. He deserves, even if you think he can turn it around, because of his arrogance, putting us in this situation, he deserves to be fired if we go 1-11, and we're going 1-11. This is embarrassing. This is sickening. This is disgusting. And you know what? I don't give a damn. If I lose my media credentials or whatever, Mike Houston won't come on my podcast anymore. I don't give a crap because he sucks. This is embarrassing, unacceptable. That's all I got, guys. Go Pirates.
Kyle LaGrange. Another banger of a call there from Kyle. I didn't have the heart to tell him that Western Carolina scored 17 points and lost today. It had such a strong
they
call.
Lost to Furman at that, too.
Yeah, lost to the Paladins. He mentioned Jason and Marcus. Y'all wouldn't have let this happen, losing to Charlotte. And Jason, can we pull back the curtain a little bit of conversation we had? Because I thought it was a good conversation during the game, and I agree with you. And we kind of fell into the trap of believing that we lost to a good Marshall team and a good App State team. And Jason, you're calling that a little fool's gold because you've seen what those teams have done since they've beaten East Carolina.
I'm just calling it from what I see. You know, like I watched that game the other night with Marshall and
James Madison.
I mean, yeah, when they played James Madison, and I'm like, that team's no good. They couldn't, you know. And we talked about it with App State and what they went through and how, if it wasn't for a late field goal, they lose to ULM, and then they come back the next week and they lose a game. And so I'm hearing all this because, I'm not associated with the program anymore, so I read and see the same things. I'm thinking these teams are coming in here and I'm about to see some demons. But, we talked about this. I mean, I'm going to be, it's just frustrating because these are teams that we would have loved to seen on the schedule, personally. He right, that they would not come in here and beat us because you know what? When we played here, we didn't want to lose from anybody in the state of North Carolina. That was the chip we had on our shoulder. And until we get a chip back on our shoulder, which we do not have, I don't care what they say. Defense plays fine, but that chip needs to be on everybody's shoulder. It should be on the offensive shoulder, the offensive line shoulder, the quarterback shoulder. Everybody who walks on that field should have a chip on their damn shoulder about who we are as far as Pirates. And that's just what's pent up in me right now that I'm letting go. But we don't have a chip right now. That's what the last call is basically saying. We don't have that right now. We don't play like that right now. I don't see us playing for our lives when we're out there on the football field. Not saying they're not trying to do their best.
Right.
Maybe they are. But I don't see we're going to refuse to lose this game mentality.
Back to the Halloween Express live line. Bucky is up in Farmville. Hello, Bucky.
Hey, guys. Let me just start off and say I've been a lifelong Pirate. I bleed purple. I've been a fan since back in the 92 Peach Bowl team. I've seen good teams. I've seen the bad teams from the Scott and Montgomery. And this is the worst ECU football team in ECU history. All right, we need to fire the coach, fire the AD, fire the offense coordinator, and fire 3 English teachers. This is unacceptable. Terrible. I mean, the offense coordinator just plays off of Madden rookie mode. How do we not even get 100 yards till the fourth quarter? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is the worst team. Mike Houston is driving this team into the dirt. I believe the Rose Rampant could beat this ECU football team. This is unbelievable. I agree with the previous caller. We're going 1-11 this year, and this is going to be an absolute stain on ECU football history. And keep this in mind. This will have repercussions. There are kids watching these games seeing us lose to a team in Charlotte. How are we going to out-recruit anybody? UNC is a great football program this year, and ECU is terrible. Who is going to go to our school? This is going to have serious repercussions. We need to cut our losses now, fire everybody, and start from scratch. That's all I got to say. Go Pirates. I still bleed purple. I'll be at every game. But good Lord, this is horrible. Unacceptable.
All right, Bucky. I hear your frustration, man. Good call. Leave the teachers alone. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can fire a couple of them, I guess. Bucky calling for teachers' heads as well. 317-1250 on the Halloween Express live line. Steve's up in Greenville. Hey, Steve.
Hey, guys. I'm just watched the pitiful game like everybody else did, and I like that comment that both offenses look like middle school, really. But when it comes to firing the head coach, I don't think that's really a possibility. Definitely, offensive coordinator. I mean, to call our offense vanilla is an insult to vanilla. To my mind, it's when the old saying is true, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have one. I think you got to play one quarterback. We're proving we can lose with both quarterbacks. So play one, pick the one you think is going to be the best, and let him make the mistakes. Don't have someone playing behind him all the time. That's my opinion. And I've been a long-time Pirate, over 50 years, so going to keep giving my money to the Pirate Club, going to keep buying my season tickets, and I'm going to keep driving the 5 hours from Washington, D.C. to Greenville to come to the games. But it is pitiful, and I agree 100% with the studio, Marcus and Jason and you guys. We need that chip again, and I'm ready for it. Ready for that. Ready for it to change, but we can't fire the head coach. Not yet. We can't afford to be paying athletic directors and head coaches in perpetuity We just got to stick with him and get rid of our offensive coordinator and find someone who the game hasn't passed by yet.
Steve, thank you. Good call. 317-1250. As far as playing one quarterback and sticking with, I mean, do you want Garcia to play it out today? I mean, Flynn provided a spark. It was a small spark, but it was something. And I don't know, Marcus, we talked about this before the game, that the confidence of these quarterbacks, and do you give them a game? But again, we gave Garcia a game, and he couldn't put any points on the board. So what do you do in that case?
Yeah, I mean, I think they did the right thing today.
Yeah.
In regards to, he wasn't being productive out there on the field. Had some opportunities, didn't take advantage of them, and I think that move had to be made today. What I was referring to in regards to the two is, I going into the game, I think you definitely have to have a better plan for both of them. Whether it's you've seen where quarterbacks, when you have a two quarterback system, where in between the series or within the series,
situational
they change quarterbacks.
Stuff,
yeah. So that type of thing, just to kind of throw defenses off, because it does exactly that, right? Because defenses have to prepare for two quarterbacks, and then they have to prepare for quarterbacks in different situations. And so that's my thought with it. And obviously they think differently in regards to what they have and their plan going forward with it. Having that defense that that we have right now and how they're playing, you might feel a little bit comfortable with where you are.
317-1250. Let's go to Davis in Greenville. Hey, Davis.
Hey.
So I think we should just completely start over. We should fire just about everyone. This is my problem. How are you going to fire McNeil for having a 5-7 record, but you will not fire Houston for 1-6 right now? Like, that's ridiculous. We did not show up this game. We sucked. We lost to a random team. This sucks. That's all I've got to say.
All right.
We suck.
Yeah, well, proof's in the pudding there. Davis in Greenville says, we suck, and the numbers kind of point that out. Third downs today. Charlotte, 3 of 15. East Carolina, 2 of 14. Pirates have 88 passing yards. Did have a passing touchdown, not to a receiver, to the tight end, Calhoun. Another game with no touchdown for a wide receiver. The numbers are pathetic on the UBE stat sheet, and you just cannot win football games asking your defense to play beyond perfect. And that is what it seems like they're doing right now. And
I mean, I think it was B. Page that said in regards to when you think about East Carolina and football, you think the first thing that comes to mind is offense.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Offensive explosion. Putting up points, and that's what we've been known as across the country. And to sit where we are right now, it's it is disappointing, because you have passionate fans and alumni who want to see better, know we can do better, but we're just not seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, credit to the fans that were there and stuck it out today.
Absolutely.
Because they are not getting a good product to watch, especially on the offensive side of the ball. In the age of protesting and strikes, the defense should go on strike. They should take a week off. They should pick it and say, until we throw a touchdown to a receiver, we're not going back out there.
Defense, if you're listening, want to get to that doesn't get us where we want to get.
Defense, if you're listening, please don't do that. We need you. We need you.
Maybe I'm a little irrational right now. Okay, let me calm down.
Just a little.
All right, Donna, Steve, Drew, Caden, hang on. We'll get to your calls when we return on the U.S. Cellular 5th Quarter Call-In Show. Halloween Express live line is rocking. More to go after this.
Attention athletes and fans. Tiebreakers is looking for all-stars. Do you know an athlete who made a game-winning play, scored an amazing touchdown, or hit a huge home run? We're scouting Eastern North Carolina for this month's most outstanding athlete. Go to tiebreakersathlete.com to nominate your favorite player for the prestigious Athlete of the Month award. Tiebreakers, shining a light on the athletes that make Eastern North Carolina proud. Submit your nomination now at tiebreakersathlete.com.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, this is State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer right here in Greenville. We can switch your auto and home insurance so you can start saving today. My team and I are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Timothy Sawyer State Farm, it's easy to switch and save. Just give us a call, 493-0002. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here, just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
This is Frank Lee with Appliances Superstore. We make buying appliances easy. Now we make buying golf carts easy. Yes, that's right. We have golf carts in stock. Icon and Bentelli, street legal golf carts that are ready to hit the road. Mention Pirate Radio and get $500 off your new cart. It's just that easy. Get your new golf cart today and save $500 when you mention Pirate Radio. We're located right off 264 behind the new DMV or AppliancesSuperstore.com. Appliances Superstore, where we make buying appliances and golf carts easy.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today? And then you hear,
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
Here it is a first down. Pirates.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock. Now, with the Pirate Radio scoreboard, here's Shirley Rhodes.
All right, Iowa is clinging to a 1-point lead over Minnesota at the moment. 10-9 is that score in the fourth quarter. North Texas is only trailing 23rd ranked Tulane by 7 right now in the fourth quarter. It's 28-21 Green Wave. Northwestern trailing Nebraska 17-9 in the fourth quarter. It is Pittsburgh 10, Wake Forest 7 in the fourth. Oklahoma State leads West Virginia 27-24 in the fourth quarter. Missouri leads South Carolina 27-9 in the fourth. UConn is leading South Florida 21-10 in the fourth quarter. It's Tennessee 20, Alabama 24 at the start of the fourth quarter. They just started the fourth quarter in Oregon as the Ducks lead Washington State 31-16 in the fourth quarter. Texas and Houston tied at 21 apiece in the third quarter. That is a look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard brought to you by The Buck. The Buck has all the fun for your Sunday Fun Day covered. Every Sunday, kick off the day at The Buck with the largest 4K screen in Greenville, along with 18 TV so you don't miss a game. They have mimosa specials, a Bloody Mary menu, and pizza all day from Pizza Hut. And don't forget the weekly jersey giveaway starting at 5 o'clock. Score every Sunday at The Buck. Now let's head back into the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, good update, Shirley, because now I have flipped over to Texas-Houston, and Texas is going to attempt a field goal here. 4th and 2, tied at 21. Old Dana giving Texas a game today. So Oklahoma was pushed to the limit by UCF. They win. They stop a 2-point conversion and win at 31-29. And now Texas being given a test by Houston. So we'll keep an eye on everything going on. The North Texas, by the way, about to score 2nd and goal on the 1. They can tie Tulane in the 4th quarter. So interesting action going on across college football, and we'll keep everybody up to date on that. All right, let's head back to the Halloween Express live line. Donna, Steve, Drew, hang on. Let's go to Caden in Greenville. Hey, Caden. Caden did not have the patience. Did Drew have the patience? Hello, Drew.
Hey, guys. Thanks for, providing this segment for a little venting. Just tough to watch and be a Pirate fan. Just a couple notes. Any thoughts on you guys' end? I feel like we're not throwing much to our backs out of the backfield. Obviously, the O-line's not protecting well. I feel like we need to keep the backs in to protect the quarterback a little bit more. The tackles were getting beat all day. I said to my friend when Julius Wood intercepted that pass, I was like, he's got to take this to the house. We got to get a defensive touchdown to win this game. Lo and behold, he doesn't get there. We missed the field goal. We all know what goes from there. Changes, obviously, I think still need to be made. We just got to, we're at the point where we lost 10-7 to Charlotte on homecoming. Do I see, I guess from a ex-player's point of view, do we see a mass exit of players leaving and going to the portal? And then are we at a place as a program, if we do lose X amount of players, to be able to bring in quality NIL portal transfers to be competitive? Because I could see it going more south than what it is now, losing players and not getting some into the program. So as always, go Pirates. I love you guys. Bleed purple and gold, and y'all have a good evening. Thank you.
All right, Drew. Thanks, man. I mean, we live in a world now where if you're too good and your players get too good, they might leave for that reason. If you're a bad team, they might. I mean, I think win or lose, you're going to have players leave at this point.
Yeah, and I don't think you have to worry about a mass exodus just because we're having a bad season, right? I mean, you hear about this portal and everybody think that's just the greatest thing. Listen, the number says 60% of the guys that go into the portal stays there. The other 40% that goes into the portal, they had a deal going on before they ever got there, okay? So, no, they can run to the portal all they want. I mean, but why do that when you don't have a place to go? But, yeah, can we get some guys in on the NIL? I don't know how much money we got in there. How much are we able to pay them? If you're able to pay, you could probably get you some pretty good players out of the portal. But, the problem is not just that, because when the players get here, you still got to put them in a good system. You got to put them in a good environment for them to be successful. That's the issue right now that we can, that we got to address, is getting it fixed by the root of the cause, not just trying to throw things on top of it, because this is something else, right? I mean, this isn't just losing. I mean, you look at it like Chandler just said. I mean, today you feel like our program touched bottom. And I can't disagree with that. We got one win, and the one win is an FCS opponent.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we need just a dramatic offensive overhaul this offseason. And whatever that is. It's players, it's philosophy, I guess. It's everything. Because this is pathetic. It's pitiful. All right, Steve is up next in Raleigh. Hello, Steve. Steve, you there?
Glad.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I'm there. I know it's not Wednesday at AJ's, but real quick for you, got a little trivia question for you. How many touchdowns do you think this offense against FBS opposition, taking out the Gardner-Webb game, have scored this year?
7, maybe 8. 1 a game.
It is 6.
6. I gave him too much credit.
Yeah.
And of those 6, you have a 3-yard touchdown drive against Marshall, and then today, where they galloped a whole 10 yards.
Correct.
After that muff punt. So you're talking about 4 legitimate drives this offense has put together all season. It's past parity at this point. I think every caller's hit on it. That's where it starts and ends, because I honestly just, the heart breaks for the defense. The fact that they go out there and give their effort that they still do to this level is incredible, and you just got to hope at some point that you have an offense that gives half as much as they do. To be quite honest, and I know just these next 2 weeks, I'm really worried, man. UTSA, Tulane, these are teams that the defense has kept you in these games because they're doing their best, but they're going against some legitimate offensive firepower, and at some point, I know, like, when we called into the show 2017, 2018, or 2017, 2016, it was those big picture questions, and I'm kind of curious to hear your opinion. Do you think this program is in a better spot now than it was in 2017 under Scotty Moe, 2018, or equal or worse? I up and listen to that.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Good call, good questions. I mean, I want to believe it is, because we do have a defense that could win on Saturdays if you had any kind of competent offense. But that is a huge if right now, because we don't have that. We don't have anything close to that, and it's holding us back. And I agree with Kyle. I've had a similar thought too, that the games are closer because, and we've talked about this. Would you rather have a really strong defense or a really strong offense? I think we say defense because it will keep a game closer and keep you in a game, but it doesn't matter if you lose all of them. So I want to say the program's in a better spot, but it's going to take a massive overhaul offensively for us to win football games. So I don't know.
I mean, defense can play as hard as they want. They can do all the things that they've done, but like I mentioned, at some point, you're going to need the offense to step up and make a play, and we don't have that right now. We'll have it, and then something happens, right? We had the big catch and then incomplete pass, and just those little things that seems like a ripple effect with this offense right now.
317-1250. Donna is up next in Greenville. Hey, Donna.
Hey, guys. Hey, Coach Biff. How are you?
Doing great. Got a win today. Thank you.
Good. Thanks for sharing.
Sub Dogs was great.
For my weekly, thanks for my weekly therapy session. I appreciate it. I just want to put out there, New Bern High School has been put on probation for the rest of their playing, season. Maybe we could get some of them in here and maybe actually turn over and win some games. But anyway, just my, 2 cents. But I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for what you do, and go Pirates.
We are here for the therapy session. Sit on the couch and tell us your thoughts on Pirate football. And we don't have answers, but we can try to talk you through it at least. We'll all get through it together as a Pirate Nation.
Yes.
And, thank you, Donna. Colby, John, Rod, the Cowboy. Hang on. We'll get to y'all when we return on the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show. At least we're full and feeling good thanks to Wings Over Greenville, who provided some awesome post-game food. 758 Wing. They'll deliver right to your door as you watch college football on this Saturday night, and a big third down conversion by Houston as they are giving Texas a game, 24-21. Houston driving. We'll keep you up to date on all the games going on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Back with more on the fifth quarter after this.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in eastern North Carolina. Open 7 days a week with live music. Every Monday, open mic night. Tuesday, karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday, acoustic night. Thursday night, line dancing and music from DJ Dog. On Friday and Saturday night, enjoy the best local bands in the area. And don't forget, Sunday Fun Day during football season with NFL jersey giveaways and more. Check out Facebook and Instagram for all up-to-date info. Y'all come get bucked up. Go Pirates!
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners Independent Agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
What's up there, Pirate Nation? Kyle Gaines here at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Washington, North Carolina. This month, the month of October, excellent deals here at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with 15% off MSRP on Jeep Compass, Jeep Renegade, Jeep Grand Cherokee second row, and third row. That's right, folks. 15% off MSRP on those Jeep brands. So come check us out here at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Drive a little, save a lot. Go Pirates.
The arrival of fall also means the arrival of new clothing at Russell's. Hey, it's Russell, and we're gearing up for a new season. New color, new texture, new styles, and even a few new lines. Whether it's game day, school day, church day, or wedding day, we have you covered. It's all the quality clothing lines you've come to love and enjoy at prices you can afford. We're open 10 to 5 Monday through Saturday and have a great rear entrance for your convenience. Alterations are provided and handled in-house. A clothing store to meet your every need. Russell's Clothing in historic downtown Washington.
Take control of your health today with Arc Point Labs. Looking to lose weight? Have you tried everything possible and nothing is working? Sometimes a hormone imbalance can be the underlying cause to weight issues that dieting and exercise can't fix alone. A simple blood test at Arc Point Labs can provide insight to your weight loss goals. Visit arcpointlabs.com today or call 629-6228 to get an appointment. Arc Point Labs. Accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Visit artpointlabs.com.
Wings Over has always been a great go-to for dinner or a late night snack, and it still is. But did you know you don't have to wait for dinner to get Wings Over? That's right. Wings Over Greenville is now open for lunch 7 days a week. Get Wings Over for lunch and have it delivered right to the office. Wings Over also caters so everyone at work can enjoy. Wings Over Greenville has over 20 flavors to choose from, including the limited edition Cajun garlic flavor. Order today by going online at wingsover.com or by calling 758-9464. Wings Over, they deliver.
This is Dale Murphy, two-time National League MVP and number 3 with the Atlanta Braves. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, 317-1250 on the Halloween Express live line. Lines have been locked and loaded throughout the show and continue to be. Is that the old Tom in Greenville, Shirley? Oh, wow. Tom in Greenville for the first time coming up. Rod in Wilmington, John in Greenville. We'll go to Colby in Greenville to get us started. Hey, Colby.
Hey, how's it going tonight?
All right, what's up?
I don't know if y'all remember Jay from last week from Greenville, but I'm his roommate, and I'm tired of this. You know, we losing every week. I'm paying my tuition to go to this school, and we can't win a football game. It's terrible. We have no offense. We can't win with the defense on the field. I've never heard of a team that can win with only the defense on the field. It's terrible, and I'm tired of it. I need something new.
Well, that's the thing, too. We haven't seen anything new or different. It feels like we're watching we were looking for a new episode, and we keep seeing the same episode every week, and it's frustrating. So
That's terrible.
I mean, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Jay's roommate, go ahead.
What else, Colby?
I'm just tired of this two-quarterback offense. It's not working. We need to find an answer. There's someone has to stick out in practice. I don't know who it is, one of them. But one of them has to stick out. And
it's weak. The season's almost over. Nobody's sticking out at this point. They're all sticking in. There's no sticking out.
Yeah, I understand. You know, I just feel like this team needs some kind of spark. I don't know what it is. We might just have to wait till next season to see that. But I can't stand us losing to Charlotte, man.
Yeah.
Their stadium is built for a high school. It's terrible. Terrible that we're losing to them. It's completely embarrassing.
You're not wrong, Colby.
Colby, can you play quarterback?
Hey, you know, I was a center in high school.
Oh, that answered my question. I got you, brother.
Need you to say more, Colby.
I might just have to walk on next season, man.
All right, do what you can. Thank you, Colby.
Yep, I appreciate y'all.
Marcus, could you not interrupt Jay's roommate? You know that's Jay's roommate
Jay.
talking.
Sorry, Jay.
Come on.
Well, we had 2 Jays last week.
it was
Remember
2
now?
Jays, yes.
There was a good and a
Drunk
bad.
Jay, which was Kobe's roommate.
I'm the other Jay. And there was the other Jay.
Y'all got a good memory. I forgot about that. Now I'm reminded. All right, John is up in Greenville next. Hey, John.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Yo.
I said it last year, and I'll say it again this year. It's just a John Thompson error. Like, there's nothing for the ECU program. Honestly, we got Mason Garcia in there. He's just another big dummy, just like Holton. Just not producing nothing. Stick Flynn in there and let him ride.
All right. That's the answer. Stick Flynn in there. Let him ride. All right, wait.
We did see a little Wildcat today. I think it was 1 snap.
Yeah, we did.
Who ran it? I don't even remember that.
I think it was Rajay.
Yeah. All right, there's a start. I do agree with Jay's roommate. Well, I finally got him to say it. Like, I don't think there's a spark coming this year, boys. I think our spark is out, and if there is one, it might be in 2024 when we flip the calendar. I just don't see anything changing.
Well, it's definitely getting tougher to ignite a spark because defense is playing hard. They have no support right now.
None.
So, like the guy said, you can't win a football game on one side of the ball.
Yeah,
it's tough to do.
All right, we go to Rod in Wilmington. Hello, Rod.
Hey, good evening, gentlemen, and Shirley. Another tough week, but I appreciate y'all being there for us to have a conversation about it all. And I echo. Y'all echo my sentiments. I'm echoing your sentiments. It's the same thing. I don't see the fire, and I don't see the heart. At least the heart necessary to. I don't see guys coming on the field at the beginning of the game and going all the way through the game jacked up, and patting each other on the back and shaking each other up, telling each other, let's go, let's make a play. I'm not seeing any of that, and that's a big thing that's missing. And the teams that win, you see it. The teams we played against all year, I've seen it, but I'm not seeing it from us. If I, get 2 great players and coaching experience sitting there, and I don't necessarily know how you get it, but I know it's got to start with coaches, and it might have to start with going out to practice and saying, look, I'm looking for playmakers today, and I don't care where they come from. If I go through this whole damn roster, I want somebody to make a play. If you go drop the ball around here, if they're dropping it and not having the fire during the game, you can bet you believe they're not doing it in practice. And I hear Coach Houston coming out week after week. Well, we fought hard. That's all well and good, but you got to get some fire. You got to get some fire from somewhere, and that's my whole thing.
Yeah. All right, Rod, and we've already had our bye week. We already had all right, clean slate. We're going to play the best players, everybody. I mean, I feel like we have done all this. There's just no answers. They got to keep playing. They got to keep practicing. They got to keep trying. But I feel like we've done all that at this point already.
Well, if you're going to lose, like we've been losing, excuse me.
Crank it up, Rod.
They're off to play those guys, young guys, and get them ready for down the road.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Rod. Always good to hear from you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's our Rod in Wilmington, the old cowboy getting a crazy. All right, Tom is up next in Greenville on the Halloween Express live line. Hello, Tom.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, great to hear your voice, Tom. Long time no hear.
Well, I tell you what, there's not much to talk about, to tell you the truth. What I don't understand is the defense has kept them in the games, and there has been no improvement in the offense. It's just like you look at each other in the stand and you go, well, this is the 8th time that the defense has given us the ball, and you just sit there and you go, like, we're going to just do a 3 and out. And it starts with the offensive line, but then it goes right across the offense. It's the skill players. It's the quarterback. I mean, and I don't think there's a quick fix to this. We don't really throw the ball down the middle of the field. We throw these out routes, and we need 7 or 8 yards. We go 4. And it's just, we just don't have the talent. You could bring Lincoln Riley back in here to run this offense, and there's not enough experience, there's not enough talent to run that offense. I don't care what you call, they just don't have the talent to run it. And it's not going to get any better anytime soon. So, I've been watching this. I was at the first game in 1963. I've been watching this stuff for 60 years. And I'll be danged. I don't understand. It's like the defense has been playing lights out. It's almost like you want to yell at the defense to go down and kick the offense's ass or do something. I mean, because they keep giving the ball back and they sit down for a moment and then they have to get back out and go at it again. We missed 2 field goals today. The one that really hurt was from the 12-yard line. And I have a question. Why can't we find offensive linemen? I know it's difficult, but other G5, other programs find offensive linemen. Why can't we? I just don't understand that.
Jason, we were talking about this ECU. I don't know if we've ever can say we had an elite offensive line. We've certainly had some great offensive linemen that have gone on to play the next level, but as a unit. But this is about as poor as I can remember. And you were pointing out, hey, watch how far they move or don't move the defensive line on this next play. And there's just not a lot of push up there. A lot of guys getting beat. It's tough to watch.
Yeah, the offensive line on this level, one is it comes as big projections. It have to be. And the reason why I say that is because most offensive linemen that are 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" plus, if they weigh 300 plus pounds or whatnot and they can play football, they got a Power 5 offer somewhere, right? So what you got to be able to do on this level is find that 6'4", maybe 6'5" guy that's undersized, and then be able to develop those guys into 6'4", 6'5" guys that are 300 plus type guys down the road. So developing those guys is a big deal here on this level. That's what Group of 5 is. We're a developing type of situation here at these places. So a lot of that is projection. Can they move or can they grow or, how big are they? I mean, we done went through the whole gamut before looking at linemen. What's their bone structure? What does the mom look like? What does the dad look like?
Yeah,
so much that you try to, get at to make sure that you find the right one. And then to me, the best ones that I'm going to be honest with you that we played with here when we were at East Carolina, I'm pretty sure with a lot of people here, they were D linemen that got moved over to offensive line because they had a tenacity to them that they were defensive linemen to begin with, and they played offensive line with that same tenacity. That's what you miss sometimes in just going and finding a offensive line guy.
Right. The other part of that is that they find you because you're attractive. And right now, we're not very attractive.
Yeah.
Is there a problem going from Shank to the new offensive line coach? It's just like Shank has been around here so long. He's been here longer than I have.
Yeah, Shank has been here a whole about.
And I just, at some point, you sit there and you watch them. They draw on on their board down there, and they walk right out. And the same stuff happens again. So if you're going to get beat with people that have experience or come in here on the portal, you might as well put people in there that are younger and let them, at this point, get some, baptism by fire, because it's not working what we're doing. And the defense, we've got a great defense. They do have some warts, but they're playing really, and they haven't quit. That's the biggest thing that I see. And I would find a quarterback. If it's Jeter, we're going to go ahead and play a quarterback for the future. We're done with this. Mason, I don't know about Mason. He hits receivers. I think the only way they're going to catch the ball is he throws it hard enough and it sticks in their damn mask.
That might be true, but you got to hit that mask first.
All right, Tom. Good to hear from you, man.
Thank you.
All right. Keith on YouTube says the D isn't as good as y'all are making them out to be either. Keith, they give up 10 today. They give up 24 to SMU when the offense is doing nothing, and there's a pick six. Like, none of us are saying they're the 85 Bears or the Ravens or whatever. They're playing good enough to win football games in 2023. We're not saying they're world beaters, but it's all we got right now. And, hell, do you want to criticize the defense for what we've seen this year?
No.
I'm giving them a pass. I don't care if they play bad the rest of the year. They're not the problem. The offense is the problem. All right, Malone, David, and Will, hang on. Also, Shirley's putting up another sticker, and that would be Howard. We'll get to your calls when we return. U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show. The Halloween Express live line still rocking and rolling. We're back with you after these words. Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville is the perfect place to get all your amigos together for some Mexican food, fun, and football. Chico's has been a game day tradition for Pirate football fans since 1983. Whether the game is home or away, make it a Chico's Day for some great specials and the best chips and salsa in town. Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Go Pirates!
This is Dr. McGraw from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For experienced and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Hey, Pirate Nation! Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. Dove, ducks, and deer, it's that time of year, and we've got the guns and all the gear. When you're not getting rowdy at Dowdy, enjoy browsing our online store and take your pick from the largest selection of firearms and accessories in Eastern NC. Be sure to check out our weekly hot deals, and when you're ready, head to Carolina Caliber. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to lead you to the perfect treasure. Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
Ah, it's that time of year again. Football is back and the pads are popping. And off the field, it's the popcorn at Wally's 2 Kettle Corn that's popping. Whether it's a movie night or watching the big game with your team, Wally's 2 has you covered like ECU's defensive backs. They have over 50 flavors to choose from, including classics like cheddar, caramel, or my favorite, better butter, or specialty flavors such as Chicago Style, Wintergreen Mix, and MJ's Cheesecake. Check them out on Facebook or stop by and see Wally today on Fire Tower Road across from Sam Jones Barbecue. Wally's 2 Kettle Corn. Make it a poppin' day.
Here at Brown & Wood with Jeff Stein. Jeff, I've noticed a lot of great GMC pickup trucks on the lot.
Yes, sir. We have 2500s and 1500s in stock and the all-new 3.0 Duramax diesel. We earn 30 extra trucks on allocation, so go online, brownandwood.com, or stop in, build your truck, we'll get it coming for you. Brown & Wood, voted #1 by the customer in Greenville. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
The Sidebar is the place to be this football season in downtown Greenville. Get your team together for dinner on the patio or inside starting at 5:30 Tuesday through Saturday. Or take a break from work and enjoy the tastiest foods around for lunch Thursday through Saturday from 11:30 to 2:30. And on Sundays, enjoy a delicious fall brunch from 11 to 2. Make your reservation today by calling 751-0151. Follow the Sidebar on Facebook or on Instagram at sidebar.greenville for more details. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
We are Eastern North Carolina's football program. In time, we will be North Carolina's football program.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, back with you. A couple of frustrated former Pirates here. Marcus Crandall, Jason Nichols. Frustrated alum, Biff Brock here as well. Howard, Malone, David. We'll get to your calls on the Halloween Express live line. Halloween Express is Greenville's premier Halloween superstore next to Target in Greenville, 10 days away from Halloween. You can find your mask, decor, and more for adults and kids. I got my Biff Poggi costume at Halloween Express, aisle 3. Get to Greenville's premier Halloween superstore, Halloween Express. Get shopping today. All right, we go to Raleigh and talk to Will next on that Halloween Express live line. Hello, Will.
Hey, guys. Thanks for all you guys do.
Thank you, man. Yep.
I just want to say a couple quick points, and Jason's touched on this. I'll get to the point that he's touched on. But, everybody wants to scapegoat Donnie, right? And maybe if you fire him, right, it's Mike Houston's style of football that Donnie calls. It might not be executed the way you'd like it to, but it's his style of football. Run on first down. If you do play action on first down and you don't get anything, run on second down. That's Mike Houston. I would say something that Mr. Nichols touched on, even if they brought in Lincoln Riley, if the scheme is still Mike Houston's scheme and you don't change the way you want to be as a football team, I don't think it matters. Shane Carden, everybody agrees our offense was prolific. You know what we did too? We ran the ball because we passed on first down to set up the run. Sorry, that was
but we had a 1,000-yard rusher in that era of our awesome passing, Ventavious Cooper, because teams feared our passing game.
Well, that was when we played here. We used the passing game to set up the running game, and we had a great running back here named Junior Smith. Yeah. I don't believe he's still the all-time leading rusher, right? He did it in an era where we threw the football at that point in time more than most people in the country, right?
And I agree with you, Will. I just... if you want to fire Donnie because you need a spark or need something different, go for it. But I don't know how much it's going to change because I feel like Mike Houston is okay with what's being called. I don't know that for a fact, but that's how I feel. I agree with you. I think this is his offense.
Yeah, I mean, it's his scheme. That's what he wants to do, and, that's fine. At East Carolina, it can work to run the ball, but you got to be able to break the run with – you brought up Cooper. He had 2,000-yard seasons. You can run the ball, but you got to be able to pass the ball. Like I think Mr. Nichols brought it up, a couple games ago. You got to be able to open it up by passing the ball on first down or just passing the ball in general, stretching the field. But I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you, Will.
What we was really saying, Will, is you got to try to keep the defense off balance. Present one look, do something else, and you can't do that the whole game. At some point, you do got to be able to hand it off and go get 3 yards or whatnot. But you do want to be able to keep the defense off balance as much as you can.
Let me pull up our yards per carry on the UB stat sheet real quick today. But as I do that, we'll go to David in Farmville next. Hello, David.
Hey, good evening, guys. I'm glad I was able to get in. Hey, bear with me on this. This is just my analysis, and I'd be interested in what you guys think about it. So let's first look at the offensive line. We lost Henderson, a tackle. We lost Jones, the center, and we lost Strother, a tackle, last year. We replaced them with 3 or 4 guys we found off the portal. We tried to pull in, but Henderson, Jones was a transfer from Carolina. Strother and Henderson, I believe, were just developed in the program. When you lose an offensive line, particularly with what you've got, what you had before and what we're looking at now, the offense isn't going to click at all. When you watch the game today, particularly the final drive, your left tackle was getting blown up every play. The left end the guy was coming in from the left side. You can blame it on the offensive line, but then the question is, I'm sitting up in the stands seeing it. Why didn't the coordinator go to a max protect situation? They had 5 wide, 5 guys on the offensive line, and the left tackle could not stop him. And twice, Flynn got sacked. Put a tight end out there with him, and at least try to slow him down to give Flynn enough time to be able to throw. Certainly I can blame the offensive line, but if the coaching staff isn't going to make the adjustments to help the team to be able to succeed, they made no adjustments. We went 5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide, and Flynn did everything he could trying to find time to pass. He barely had enough time to scramble, and that was the ball game. So, 49 yards at halftime. They had 3 first downs in the first half. One of them was from a penalty. They had 30 yards rushing, 19 yards passing, no screen passes, no reverses, no quick passes. One of the biggest things, I've listened to you guys enough, and I really appreciate your comments, they're not winning first down. if they're not getting positive yards, at least 4 to 5 yards on first down, what's happening is now you're getting in third and long. So what did they do on third, late in the game, third and 4, third and 3? They threw the ball 35 yards downfield. Now it's fourth down. They punt. Earlier in the game, they had 4th and 4. They only need 5 yards. They threw a 30-plus yard ball down the field that Johnson almost caught, but that was a 50-50, 40-30, whatever you want to call it, percentage play. You know, how are we getting worse 8 games into the season, 7 games into the season? They're not getting better. And if we know that the offensive line is terrible, they're not putting anybody else on the line to try and help them. At least add tight ends so that you've got somebody on the left side to at least slow that guy down so that Flynn's got time to at least think a little bit before he's getting blindsided. You had 5 first downs late in the game, 2 by penalty. And the other question is, what happened to Kamaro? He came in, he ran hard. I know he missed that one pass in the flat that he dropped. But then all of a sudden he disappeared. Why no 2-back sets? Why not a fullback or somebody back there that can try to help block? I don't know. You know, certainly the play calling has a lot to do with it. The offensive play calling, you know, it's too predictable. I'm just curious what you guys think.
Well, you took the words right out of our mouth a little bit. I think what they did do, they did try to do a chip protection with Rajay early on in the game. I did see the left tackle, I think, got beat. But he got beat because that chip block was not very good. You know, when you start talking about chip protection, you're telling that offensive tackle, hey, listen, set heavy on the inside because you're going to have help on the outside. And Rajay totally missed that chip on that tackle, and he came right around the edge and beat the tackle and made a play. So I think they had some of those situations in to get that done. I did see that. We pointed that out when we were watching the game at one point. So I think they had some chip protections in there. I don't know how much of it they went to. You're right. They did get into some empty stuff there late in the game, and you know, and that's where your system has to be, you know, set up maybe to help you out a little bit there. You're right. Maybe put a tight end over there, because what that does is that widens that guy. Even if you want to get in empty, put him at the end of the line, put him in a formation where, you know, you can still put him on the end of the line and being empty, and that still at least widens that guy away from the quarterback, maybe give him a split second more to read something. But, you know, that's all in your system. It's all in what you believe in and what you know how to do.
All right, David, appreciate the call as always, man. This is cool, but it also makes me depressed. Marcellus Harris has joined in on the chat. And I wish he was playing. He says, "What up, J Nick and MC? Keep up the great work." So,
B2, appreciate you, buddy.
Appreciate you,
Marcellus Harris could use a little bit of that on the field right now.
He could, man.
For East Carolina in a big way. Yeah, you asked about Camaro Edmonds. We watched the game, but good Lord, these stats are worse than I remembered watching. Mason Garcia was 4 of 14 for 19 yards.
Wow. That's why Flynn came in the game.
Alex Flynn, 11 of 18, 69 yards, touchdown. Camaro Edmonds, 2 carries, 17 yards. And that was it for him. Did have a big drop. Made up for it right after it with a nice run. 17-yard run.
Yep.
Marlon Gunn, 4 for 17. Mason Garcia, 5 for 12. Rajay, 4 for -1. Alex, 4 for -6. Some of those go with. He had a big sack there at the end. So, my goodness, these are just putrid numbers on the UB stat sheet. Your leading receiver, if you want to call it that, Chase Sowell, had a big contested catch again. Made a nice play. 3 for 27. Jalen Johnson had a chance to make a big play. Could not complete the catch. Finishes 3 of 23. 3 for 23 on the day. Hatfield, 2 for 12. Calhoun, 2 for 9 and a touchdown. I mean, just nothing.
Yeah. Well,
nothing.
That one to Jalen Johnson down in the red zone, I mean, if you put it on his front fingertips, he's going to catch that ball and get carried into the end zone. Worst case scenario, if that linebacker who was chasing him was able to get to him, we're going to at least have a first down right there.
And I think the linebacker was out of play.
Yeah, I mean, because he had to fight through.
I think the guy that would have made the play to prevent him from scoring would have been a corner or somebody
who would have had to see him late. Yeah, he'd have to come off late to get him.
Some of the one near the goal line.
Yeah, he caught it and fell on the ground. He had to.
I think he would have scored.
To get it.
I think he would have scored. Yeah. But yeah, worst case scenario.
That's been our season.
1 yard line.
That's been the tale of our season right there.
All right. Malone is up in Jacksonville next on the Halloween Express live line. Hello, Malone.
They're not on the fucking phone.
Man.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Malone's cussing.
We go to Howard in Burgall. Hello, Howard.
Yep. That was bad language, Malone.
Yes, sir. Keep it clean for us, Howard.
They cut him off. I'm going to keep it clean, but so, you know, I appreciate you guys listening, and I want y'all to help me with this because I've been going to these games and watching this for 35 years, and it's crazy, man. I mean, how could we be worse 5 years into a coach that, you know, we thought this was going to be better than Scotty Montgomery. This is worse. You know, we bring this guy in, and we're paying him big money, and we are worse than we were, in my opinion, when Scotty was there. And it's like every game that we play, you know, and you look at our schedule, so we say all these games, in my opinion, we can win or we can lose. Every single team we play. And there's a couple of games, like Gardner-Webb, we know we're going to win that game. UNC Charlotte, we know we're going to win that game. But we didn't. But we know we got 2 games on our schedule we're going to win, but we have the rest of the games that are kind of evenly matched, and we figure that we can win, but we can also lose, other than Michigan, obviously. But how does the program turn into what it is right now from what it used to be? It just makes no sense to me. So help me. Show me where we are. Why is it so bad?
A lot of players leaving from a year ago, but a lot of teams have that in the country. We're, I guess, bad evaluating by our coaches to think we had something at quarterback here, not getting another quarterback. NIL didn't help with the portal and Strother and guys leaving the program. Jones at center.
Do you feel like that Mike kind of had all his eggs in that one basket?
Look, that is a theory, and signs point to that being true, but I don't know if it's true or not. But it almost did kind of feel like last year was the year, go win 10 or 11 games, which we didn't. I feel like we left some wins on the table last year, but maybe he thought Holden's last year, a lot of guys last year, that was the year to win and get out. I don't know if that's true or not, but that theory is shared by a lot of folks.
It feels like that Mike's the kind of guy that says, you know what, y'all all laughed at me and booed Holton out of the stadium when he had a bad game, and I told you he was going to be good, but, you know, and he was, but now I'm not going to let you tell me that Mason's not going to be good, because he's going to be good, and I'm just still waiting for Mason to be good. Am I thinking about it the right way, or what?
Are you saying just kind of stubborn? I mean,
yeah, I just think Mike's the kind of guy that's really stubborn, and he's got all his eggs in the Mason basket.
Yeah, and again, what do they look like at practice? Has Mason Garcia been phenomenal at practice? Because we have not seen it during a game, and that's all we can see. So,
and that's what I think. I think that Mason is really a good practice player, and he's really bad. I mean, I shouldn't say really bad. He has not performed well in a game situation, but I think that he must be a really good practice player. And what happens is the stress of the game situation, because I can't believe that a guy that's making millions of dollars a year can look at this and say, this is the future of our program. I'm not going to go in the portal and find something better. I'm going to stick with what I got, because this is our future. Is Mason Garcia. It's not. It is not. Mason Garcia is not the future of our program.
Well, one of the things, one of the greatest coaches I coach with, Todd Berry, used to always tell us as coaches, believe what you see on film. So no matter what you want to make that player out to be in your mind, you got to believe what you see on film, because that's what you're going to get. And I don't care how great you are, and I try to tell this to my players, if you can be the greatest player in the world, if you don't do it in practice, I'm not going to play you. And there was a kid here I thought was probably the best running back we had here, but the problem was I would never play him in the game because I didn't know if he would protect. And because he would never show me in practice that he had the ability to protect. And if you can't protect the quarterback, I can't put you in the game. I don't care how many big runs you have in practice, that's great. What's going to get us beat and what's going to get me fired is you not protecting that quarterback when we need you to. So in saying that, the same thing even with Mason. At a certain point, they've seen these guys. It's the reason why they didn't name a quarterback, fellas. I mean, they were struggling with the same thing that we're struggling with right now. That what's the best of the options that we have? And right now, those options aren't good for us right now. We're in a place where we got to move forward at some point and find the answer. But you can't keep putting guys in because what you think they're going to be. You got to put guys in for what they are.
Chandler and I went to the scrimmage, the first fall camp scrimmage, and from what we saw, we did a video shortly after that, put it out on Pirate Radio, and said we saw 4 pick sixes. We saw 4 different quarterbacks throw a pick six, and it was not pretty. And we know that there were people that were not happy with us saying that and said we didn't see the whole scrimmage and all that. And the second scrimmage was closed to everybody. It was closed to Jason Nichols. It was closed to family, friends, media. I'm not saying we are responsible for that, but we saw it in early August, and we're hoping our eyes were deceiving us, and maybe we missed some really good plays. But what we're seeing on the field has been going on since August, and I got to imagine has gone on since way before that from the quarterback.
So then you look at that and
go ahead. What you got, real quick?
Go ahead.
One thing.
Y'all keep cutting off a Hall of Famer, Marcus Crandall, and it's going to piss me off. But go ahead.
I don't get paid millions of dollars a year to coach a football team, but I have been watching football for a lot of years, and I've been in that stadium for a lot of years. And if it's me right now, what I do, I put Jeter in, and I let him finish our season and plan for our future, because what we have between Flynn and Garcia is junk. Just go ahead and put Jeter in, and let's finish with Jeter. That's what I would do.
All right.
I got a strong feeling you may see that.
I was going to ask you, Jason, at what point as a coach, you find you have to look at the film and look at and see what the players' deficiencies are and coach them up to be better?
Yeah, play to their strength. Play to their strength and coach them up. Yeah, I mean, you have to, man. I mean, it's like anything. You want to make sure that your weakness becomes a strength, because when you don't have that complete package, people are going to pick on your weakness, So, but you're right. I mean, it's at a certain point, with what he just said, I think you got to probably find out, well, what is Jeter then, because sitting him on the sideline, and I don't know where he's at, and knowing the offense and all that good stuff, can it be any worse right now? I mean, it
might not be worse, but I mean, you have 2 guys that have sat for 4 and 5 years right here in this same system.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the product right now firsthand.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen when we throw Jeter in as a freshman, and then say 3 or 4 years from now again?
Well, that's the problem, because you are looking at guys that sat in this program for 3 or 4 years that never played. Putting Jeter into a game speeds up his progress, right? I mean, as well as I do, you don't get better just practicing all the time, do you?
No.
At some point, you got to go in there and take a live bullet. So when Coach Logan tell you to hit that fifth step and I need to get rid of the football, the first time you don't do that, and you have what's them boys from Illinois that we were talking about earlier?
Simeon Rice
and all them old Kevin Hardy, all those guys. When you hit that fifth step and you hold on to it and pump it,
oh yeah, you're gone.
You're gone. And then you're like, damn, that's why Coach told me I had to hit that fifth step and get rid of that football, because you can pat it in practice all day long, because you're not going to get what?
You're not going to get hit.
You're not going to get hit. That blitz doesn't count in practice.
Oh, boy. Jay on Facebook says you can't keep the tight end to block because he's the only one that can catch a touchdown.
The other Jay?
This is a whole new Jay, I think. I don't know what Jay this is.
Jay. All right. The other.
Somebody's head's about... Oh, Andy, his head's going to explode. He said, I'll ask here for the 103rd time, why is there no misdirection, RPOs, or trick plays? It's time to go deep in the playbook.
Well, tell him he's barking up the wrong tree. We don't call the plays. That's not our responsibility.
Hey, we've been calling for something different. Brian Bailey wanted a flea flicker the first play
of the game
and didn't get it.
So he's calling. Tell him to send that email or whatever it is to somebody else.
We also have a Charlotte fan in the house. He said, as a Charlotte grad, this is a satisfying win, not because we hate ECU, but Mike Houston shunned us for what he saw as a better opportunity. He did flirt with Charlotte before making the move to ECU. So to the victors goes the spoils. I'm not a Bryce Harper fan, but he's throat slashing on the Braves, and you know what? You just got to sit and take it. And I just got to sit here and take it in my Biff costume.
Yeah, sounds like they came in with a chip on their shoulder.
Maybe so.
Something about a chip. Huh?
There's that old chip again. All right, Kenny Pike. Are you really giving Malone another shot? Boy, Shirley must be in a good mood tonight. That's shocking. You're going to give Malone another chance?
The only reason I'm giving him a chance is that someone from the background, Malone, did not know he was on, and it was someone in the background yelling at him.
Okay, Malone, you're on thin
ice. But he is on a very, very short leash.
Shirley does not give second opportunities a lot, so Malone, you better come correct here. Let's take a break. We'll come back. More to go. U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show. Back with you after this.
When you walk through the doors of Villa Verde, you'll experience the sights, sounds, and smells of authentic Dominican flavors. This is Jay from Villa Verde, inviting you to come by and try one of our amazing empanadas, our famous red snappers, grouper bites, seafood paella, Cuban sandwiches, and much, much more. Relax on the patio with a fresh mojito or a cold beer while enjoying one of our out-of-this-world desserts, like our rum pineapple cake or our famous tres leches. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good, and a proud supporter of the Pirate Nation.
Defense!
What are you doing?
You haven't heard? Carolina Hardscapes has the best defense in Pitt County. And you know defense wins championships.
What? No. They have the best fence company in Pitt County.
Wait, they do fencing now?
That's right. Just give them a call at 364-1201 and they'll get the job done right. And don't forget, they still do patios, pools, and mulch.
Wow, now that's a championship caliber company. Carolina Hardscapes. Enjoy the outdoors.
What do I like about being a local agent for Farm Bureau Insurance? Above all, I like helping people. Using my insurance experience to make Pirate Country a better, safer place. Insurance is a necessity, and I take pride in helping people find the right coverage for all their needs. I'm Brandon Manning. Call me at 252-531-1812 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote, and to learn more about Farm Bureau Insurance and how they can save you time and money. That's Brandon Manning at 252-531-1812.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates. Get ready for tailgate season at Shimmer Boutique. Locally owned and operated, Shimmer has the best selection of game day apparel and accessories for ladies. And gentlemen, Shimmer has a newly restocked wide selection of t-shirts with brands like Local Boy, Old South, Southern Fried Cotton, and the newest edition, Pimp Shrimp. Shimmer has everything you need this fall. They carry the largest selections of Yetis and Hey Dudes and more. Be ready for game day and every day at Shimmer Boutique with locations in Greenville, Winterville, and Jacksonville. Go Pirates!
Familia is your go-to spot for the best Italian dishes around, including pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts.
That's Familia.
Enjoy half-off wine night on Wednesdays, $3 drafts on Thursdays, or get a pizza of the week for just $12.
That's Familia.
Place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their drive-thru window for pickup.
That's Familia.
Clip, really?
Oh, sorry.
Familia on Fire Tower Road in Winterville near Pitt Community College.
This is Wyatt Lunsford-Shankman from ECU Baseball. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock. Now, with the Pirate Radio scoreboard, here's Shirley Rhodes.
All right, let's take a look at some of the finals. Iowa loses to Minnesota by a final of 12-10. Oklahoma State beats West Virginia 48-34. South Florida beats UConn 24-21. Alabama rallies to beat Tennessee 34-20. Oregon wins it over Washington State 38-24. Wisconsin beats Illinois 25-21. Houston still trailing Texas 31-24 is that score with just under 2 minutes to go in that game. UTSA is leading Florida Atlantic 17-10 in the second quarter. Virginia and North Carolina are tied at 7 apiece in the first quarter. And that is a look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, brought to you by The Buck. The Buck has all the fun for your Sunday Fun Day covered. Every Sunday, kick off the day at The Buck. The Buck has the largest 4K screen in Greenville, along with 18 TVs, so you don't miss a game. They'll have mimosa specials, a Bloody Mary menu, and pizza all day from Pizza Hut. And don't forget the weekly jersey giveaway, too. That starts at 5 o'clock. Score every Sunday at The Buck. Now let's head back into the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip.
Got an update for you, Shirley. Is North Carolina really going to enter the top 10 and lose to 1-5 Virginia? Still early, but touchdown Cavaliers. It is 14-7.
Oh, wow.
As they kick the extra point. And also, we are watching huge play here. 4th and inches for Houston at the 10-yard line as they are going in trying to tie it up. Let's play. Hey, coaches here to my left. If you score, do you go for 2?
Go for 2.
All right, Jason's saying go for 2. First, they got to score. Down 7 to Texas. Let's see what they do here on 4th down. 4th and inches. They go out of the shotgun. They throw for it, and it's incomplete. And
incomplete.
Good
Dana,
ladies and gentlemen.
Dana Holgerson screams the F word. 4th and inches, shotgun pass. Football has changed.
Oh.
Football has changed a lot. All right, 317-1250. Guess what? The Halloween Express live line is still full. Shirley going double duty over there. You caught up? You good, Shirley? All right. AT, Alan Thomas, hang on. We'll get to you. Kenny, we got some regulars here. Malone gets a second chance. But first, we go to Pike in Kinston. Hello, Pike.
Hey, man, I'm not in Kinston anymore. I'm almost to Beulahville, but only positive thing I can say about today is I had some good barbecue and it was good weather outside, but yeah, man, it's bad to have to drive all the way back to North Myrtle Beach and think about how we lost to Charlotte. Wondering, man, if there's anything in the AD's contract that penalizes him for giving up more money to give somebody an extension that's sucking and we can't fire. And the other thing I thought about at one point during the game is if I'd have been Biff, I think at one point I would have just gone for 2 because we were down whatever the score was to nothing. They were down there, and I thought, why not just go for 2? put it on us. All right, your thoughts.
Glad you had good barbecue and good weather. I don't think there's anything in the AD's contract that's going to, what do you say? What does he have to give money back for giving somebody a raise?
No.
I don't think that's is going to be in the contract, but appreciate the call. And we lost to Biff, and they were not a good football team, and they tried to give us the game, and we would not take it. And it is frustrating. 317-1250. Let's go to Malone in Jacksonville. Hello, Malone. All right, Malone. Really? I had a feeling something like that was going to happen. Kenny in Blunt's Creek. What's up, Kenny?
Clip, Marcus, Jason. Well, we're just wasting a season of a defensive team this year. It's sad to see. We kind of were joking at halftime that we ought to just come out every time we get the ball on offense, take a knee 3 times, punt it, and hope that Charlotte makes a mistake or our defense makes a play and win the game. But, hell, they did it, and we still couldn't win. So it's beyond sad to say, but up in the stands, we're actually laughing when we come on offense about what we're going to do. If we're going to run up the middle, we're going to throw a 2-yard pass. Or if it's 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, we'll throw a 35-yard pass covered that the guy's got to make a spectacular catch if he can do it. And we ain't caught no balls this year. So it's just frustrating to watch this mess this year. And, Marcus, I'm going to ask you this. When and how much more can we take before the coach has to make a change at offensive coordinator? And I understand that the quarterbacks are not playing their abilities and the offensive line's not good, but you have to come up with an offense, I think, that utilizes what talent these kids had to be at this level playing. And so when do we do that? When do we make an offensive scheme to use these guys, or do we just go ahead and get rid of this offensive coordinator and move on to somebody else? And I won't interrupt you, Marcus.
Thank you, Kitty.
Thanks.
When do you make a change at coordinator, Marcus?
I mean, something has to change this week, I believe, whether it's relinquishing the duties, giving somebody else an opportunity within the organization, and or because we don't know, giving him the free reign to call his own plays and go from there, kind of open up the offense. So whatever it is, it definitely needs to happen this week in regards to, for me personally, like when I look at the game, and I mentioned it to you guys, it looked like, we're calling plays for Flynn that should be for Mason Garcia. Calling plays for Mason Garcia that should be for Flynn. And those are the things that are perplexing to me in regards to when I'm looking at the offense and trying to build or build an offense around someone's strengths. I think we got it backwards in a sense.
Yeah. And look, I thought Donnie was going to survive the season, and he still may. But again, these stats: East Carolina had 10 first downs today, 2 for 14 on 3rd down, 88 passing yards in a game in 2023. You have 88 passing yards, 39 rushing yards. I don't know. I have to laugh or I'll cry. Let's go to AT. Alan Thomas is on with us on the U.S. Sailor 5th Quarter Collins show. What's up, AT?
Hello, gentlemen. Are you having a great time tonight?
You know all about this, Alan. You've been here. You know what kind of time we're having tonight.
Oh,
splendid.
Yeah, I've had some 3 a.m. UTEP post-game here in the studio back in the CUSA days. And honestly, I have sat in that studio. I mean, you know this clip. I worked for Jefferson Pilot Sports back in the day and got to see a lot of football for about 6 or 7 years there. It was wonderful to move back here to Greenville. Love my Eastern North Carolina, and it was an honor to sit in that booth through some very late nights with John Thompson, Skip Holtz, Ruffin McNeil, Coach Montgomery. I have never seen an offense this incapable than the one we are currently living through with East Carolina. And I will say this offense did not just happen September 1. This was built over a period of time with lack of responsiveness and proactiveness in realizing our struggles up front in our blocking schemes and going out in the portal like teams in 2023 do, not like the 1990s, which we seem to be approaching in terms of how we approach football, understanding that it's a new man's game. And if you're not out there getting talent and getting the resources needed to be able to build the talent, but also, most importantly, to develop the talent. People forget Shane Montgomery, not Shane Montgomery, but Shane Carden. I say Shane Montgomery because now he's helping our staff. But Shane Carden, so many of our players, our receivers, Trevon Brown. Think about all the names of the past 10 years. Some of our quarterbacks. Marcus, you're a great example as well. You know, these weren't guys that came with 5 stars next to their names. Neither were many of our linemen that ended up playing in the CFL and the NFL. These were players that were developed. The real red flag for me right now is I don't see us developing, especially on offense. We're doing some great things on defense, but we're really, really struggling in the development side of the ball. And I just think that's a huge problem. And I heard someone say a while ago that, unfortunately, you know, we can't afford to make a coaching change. Well, gentlemen, sometimes you can't afford not to make a coaching change when you look in the stands next to home games and it's empty and you don't see hope. We've got a young man, Jeter, there at quarterback that should be put into starting lineup as soon as we know there's only a couple of games left, that we will not burn his red shirt. That gentleman should get every practice and every opportunity to learn to be our starters, and these other 2 folks need to be the backup. We've got to earn the trust of the Pirate Nation again with this program. And I'm tired of the rinse and repeat press conferences about, hey, we need to change our cleats, or somebody had a great Thursday practice. I love Biff Pogge's press conferences. I went to the Navy game last week in Charlotte. My daughter, as you guys know, is a freshman there. And I sat through that 0-0 halftime score. Navy had 53 yards in offense in the first half and 3 first downs. That's what we sat through. The team that I saw today looked they ran an entirely different offense today than they ran last week. And what I told some friends this week, guys, is Biff Pogge and his staff, hats off to them. He was getting a hot dog last night at 6:30 at Sub Dogs. But hats off to them because they know this. Nobody's going to remember 5 years from now whether they beat or lost to Navy. But they are going to remember what they did in their first matchup in East Carolina in an otherwise difficult season. This guy has his hat on right, even though they have a 2-5 season. They have people exciting. What is there to believe in ECU football right now, gentlemen? That would be my question. And if we don't have an answer for that, we need somebody who has that answer in the AD seat, in the coaching seat, and we either need to have that. And, again, I've sat through John Thompson and a lot of other guys. We can't wait till we bottom out again in the current climate of college football. We can't wait to build up for another 5-year plan for 7-5. Things are still changing in this game. This is not just about a guy with a whistle and sneakers anymore. This is about investment. This is about understanding a 10-year arc in your program. And if you don't have that plan or know someone who does within your athletic department or your university, then you're the guy, you're the target. You're the guy they're going to come and pluck your best players from, and they're going to build their program off of your weakness. So, guys, football, just like we say in baseball, it means more here. We have to decide whether we're going to stand by and let this continue along this path, or whether we're going to request more. John Gilbert sent a letter out 4 weeks ago. I hope he sends out a chapter and a book this week. We either need a new offensive coordinator or a new coach hired, or in the process of doing that, because you got to have something to believe in ECU athletics. Football drives this ship. I'm so excited about men and women's basketball, volleyball, all the things we're doing. But at the end of the day, it's about revenue and about football revenue. And just like Oklahoma and Texas and all the schools in the Dust Bowl, you know, in the 1950s and 60s and 70s, understood that. When ECU football is doing good, the economy of Greenville is doing good, the economy of East Carolina and this region is doing well. So sometimes you can't afford not to make a change. No one should be too comfortable in their salary, whether it's Clipp's $8 million salary he has with Pirate Radio, 5-year salary, or whatever the football coach is being paid, or what I get paid. You never should be so comfortable that you feel like that you can make decisions that do not have a sense of purpose and a sense that you're going to be held accountable within a year. So, gentlemen, we're 1-6, and if we're 1-11, we know what that means. That's something that's not acceptable for East Carolina. It's not acceptable for where we want to be as a university. We're better than that. There has to be accountability, and that's all the preaching I got in me, guys. I've been holding this up. I've held off all year, haven't called in, but I think now there needs to be a new coach and maybe somebody else in the athletic department, that we need to make some sincere changes. Don't tell me you can't get the money. I know a lot of people are on the sidelines right now. I know 5 guys that wanted to put $30 million into building a practice facility here, but we're told, hey, just put your money into our group. We'll figure that out. We don't need you guys to figure that out. There's a lot of folks that would like to get together and align to get ECU's program moving forward, but it takes good leadership, sound leadership that we can trust in the athletic department and in football to get that done. So I'll go off with that and let you guys roll. Thank you.
All right, Alan Thomas. Good, a lot of stuff there. Good call, AT.
Alan, that was the best call I think I've heard all year. So I appreciate that, because for a lot of reasons, my biggest frustration, and I think we've talked about this off air, is I don't want to see East Carolina get left behind, okay? And the reason why I say that is because we played here in an era where we got left behind once before. And we were here right before, Virginia Tech got into the Big East. And, there were other things that was holding us back at the time that kept us out of the Big East. And look at the differences made in those programs. Because when you get into those type of situations, it helps you financially. Because the TV contracts in these days and whatnot. But we missed that opportunity, man, and we've been trying to fight and struggle and do the things we have to do to catch up to teams like that who we used to beat. And, you look at Louisville, you look at Cincinnati. I mean, I'm looking at a lot of schools here that we used to beat here. I mean, we used to go to Cincinnati, and this is the eyes that I look through. We were like, well, how bad are we going to beat them? And then all of a sudden, these guys have come and taken over the AAC, and now they're gone to the Big 12, and we're still sitting here. That's my frustration when I sit here and I see us lose, is because I don't want to see us fall behind anymore. And we need people with that same care. And that's why that was the best call I heard, because it was thoughtful.
Good stuff, AT. Good stuff from Jason Nichols, Marcus Crandall here in the Pirate Radio studios. We are going to get another break in. We'll come back, and we got 4 more calls lined up. Emmanuel, Thomas, Charlie, and Mike will get to you on the Halloween Express live line. Greenville's premier Halloween superstore, Halloween Express, right next to Target. Get shopping. 10 days left to go until Halloween, and 4 minutes until we're back with more of your calls and more with Jay, Nick, and Marcus. Back with you after this.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
Nothing freshens up a space like a new coat of paint. And no one east of Raleigh makes painting easier than CertaPro. Residential or commercial, inside and outside, CertaPro is your dependable painting experts. CertaPro's concern is about getting your painting done right and making sure you're satisfied. Whether you have a large or small job, professional quality is what you will get. Let us come to your home or business and give you a free quote. CertaPro takes all the worry away from your painting project. Go to CertaPro.com and click on Clayton Greenville. That's CertaPro. CertaPro.
This is Talbot Green with Integrity Home Mortgage. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? This is a very important step when trying to purchase a home in the current market. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of loan programs. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260.
Braxton Green, and MLS 222-3878.
originate. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender, NMLS 208516.
At Coco's Sports Bar and Restaurant, they've got the best plays in the playbook. On Sunday, come and enjoy NFL football with $12 domestic buckets, $1 wings, and $3 domestic draft. Monday night, it's $6.50 chicken sliders, or get 2 hot dogs with chips for $6.50. Check out Coco's Sports Bar on Facebook for the latest info on menu items, drink and lunch specials, and more. Coco's Sports Bar off of Greenville Boulevard right behind Logan's Roadhouse. Your play of the day all week long. Go Pirates!
Ahoy there, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express, your local tire and wheel shop in Greenville, offering affordable, easy payment options for easy ownership, savvy? Our customers love our treasure of tires and wheels, easy payment options, and customer care package, too. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low, low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier restaurant and bourbon authority. Jefferson's, Basil Hayden, Woodford Reserve, and a Midwinter Night's Dram are just a few of the incredible bourbon options. The Rick House features the very best steaks and fresh, made-from-scratch pastas. The Rick House can host your corporate event or special parties in the 3,000-square-foot banquet hall. Join the Rick House for Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for the wine tastings on the last Friday of every month. The Rick House.
I intend to see to it that any man who sails under a pirate flag or wears a pirate brand gets what he deserves.
Pirate Radio,
I think it'd be rather exciting to meet a pirate.
the voice of the pirate nation. You're listening to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock.
Talking about Texas and Houston here. Apparently, the Austin screw job, as before that 4th and inches play we talked about, it appeared Houston had got a first down, but got a terrible spot. They end up losing, and Houston fans are going to be complaining about that to the end of time because Texas is off to the SEC. That was their one crack at it. They might not ever see them again. So there you go. All right, awaiting the start to Duke and Florida State. A moment ago, Ole Miss scored a touchdown. They lead Auburn 7-0. It is 14-14 between Virginia and North Carolina. Michigan, by the way, taking on Michigan State. That one is kicked off on NBC. They are scoreless, just getting underway on the Buccaneer Music Hall Scoreboard, presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
Appreciate all the viewers, listeners tonight. We still have 200 more viewers than we have likes on YouTube. We got 85 likes. Let's get it up to 100, people. Hit the thumb if you haven't already and get us to 100, and we'd appreciate that. You see Marcus's big thumbs? Hit the thumb and give us a like. Emmanuel, Thomas, Charlie, going to get to you in just a moment. We go now to Mike in Greenville. What's up, Mike? Mike in Winterville. Sorry. What's up, Mike? Mike, you with us? Mike, if this is the Mike I'm thinking of, I'm disappointed in you that you didn't hang on. Call back. 317-1250. Charlie is up in Pittsburgh. Oh, positive Charlie. Let's see how positive he is after this turd of a game. Hello, Charlie.
Oh, Clip. I don't feel good tonight. That was a rough one. That may have actually been the worst football game I've ever witnessed with my eyes. I was really trying hard to think of a suckier football game that I've ever seen. I really having trouble doing that. But but you actually called it, because I'm going to try to pivot and be positive here for a second. I'm going to focus on the tailgate. We had an excellent spread of jambalaya, cheese biscuits, chips, dip, crackers with all sorts of cheeses and jellies, pecan brownies, all kinds of cookies. Plenty of pirate beverages, good weather, good friends, a grade A tailgate. So, in the words of Scotty Montgomery, give a shout out to Chris and Cindy Smith. Y'all are the real deal. So, anyway, that was great. And, I'm not even going to really talk anymore about the football because I feel hollow inside. So, anyway, appreciate you taking my call. Have a good night. Go Pirates.
All right.
You're at least full inside.
That is true. Jambalaya. Second caller that called in, and all they had positive to talk about was the tailgating and the food. But hey, that's part of the Pirate football season. Tailgating with the friends, getting with the crew, and when it ain't going good on the field, at least you got that to fall back on. And it is not going good right now for these 1-6 East Carolina Pirates. We go next to Thomas in Farmville on the Halloween Express live line. Hello, Thomas. Tomas. Y'all ain't got no patience, man. People these days. No mas for Tomas. Kids these days and their cell phones and iPods and their iPads. And Emmanuel, you're up in Chocowinity. Hello, Emmanuel.
How about that volleyball team?
Hey, buddy. Getting it done.
I really enjoyed what Mike Schwartz and Kim McNeil said this week.
I see what you're doing here, and I like it, Emmanuel. We got good stuff happening around football.
Yeah, we do, and you know, I guess we're the worst FBS football team in North Carolina, and that's sad. I don't know how you miss that much on the quarterback, position. I don't blame it on the kids. I blame it on the coaching staff, and I took up for the coaching staff, all year, but I can't do it anymore. Thank you for taking my call, and you guys have a good night.
All right. Thank you, Emmanuel in Chocowinity. 317-1250. You want to go to Scotty? Shirley's got 3 things going on right here, so we'll give her a break. Yeah, you want to go to Scotty? Line 1? Yes, let's go to line 1. Scotty, you are up.
Hey, Clip, we're sitting around a campfire right here. We've been talking about it. Can we get a poll? Who's better, John Thompson or Mike Houston?
Oh, boy. Oh, no. I'm going to say Mike Houston. John Thompson won 3 games in 2 years. Houston's won more than that. So, reluctantly, right now, I'm going to go Mike Houston. Anybody else want to chime in?
Clip?
What's that?
I'm with Stan.
Even with the better competition of opponents?
Do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? You want me to say John Thompson? I'll say John Thompson. I don't care. I'm ready to go home.
Fair enough. Let's bring back the banana slug uniforms, gentlemen.
You want full John Thompson? You want the yellow jerseys to come back? You're sick. You're sick, Scotty. Oh man.
We had a rough game. So it's a little bit of a struggle inside. But thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Y'all have fun out there at the bonfire, the fire pit, whatever you said. I don't know. Mike is back up in Winterville on line number uno, it says, Shirley. Is that right? Scotty was just on uno. Shirley said, when Shirley says, oh, crap, things are...
Must be time to go.
Joey had to go to his other job. So Shirley is doing double duty here in the Pirate Radio studios and trying to figure out who's on what line here. They're about to kick it off in Tallahassee. Have they done the cool intro yet where they ride in on the horse?
Yep, he just threw
man. That is a cool deal.
I've been there live and in person, boy.
Playing against it?
Oh, yeah.
How'd it go for you?
Oh, it didn't go good.
Mike is up in Winterville. Hello, Mike.
Hey.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Good.
What you got?
So I was watching a football game at my grandma's house, and I just wanted to point a couple things about offense and defense. About the defense, if you watch the game really closely, Jalen Johnson, the QB number 4, on offense, he kept the first play he kept winning the ball, and then on second down, if he didn't get first down, he threw the ball, and I wish the defense would have saw that instead of rushing him all the time. Cause all the wide receivers on offense, they was wide open. And then on offense for East Carolina, they kept the offense coordinator. They should just fire him to the end of. I don't know. They should just fire him and get a new person. And the thing is, like the running backs, they kept going up the middle. Besides Davis Bond, Davis Bond should have been the only one. He should have been, if he did play, he should have been the only one up to the middle. And then not Davis Bond, but Marlon Gunn.
Marlon Gunn. Yeah. There you go. We got you, man.
He should have been the only one
who ran up to the middle, not Y.J. Harris. Since he's a fast one, he should run up to the side because he had all these great blocks. And then I don't know why they fit Mason Garcia in. He should fit Alex Flynn to the whole game. So that's all.
Hey, Mike. You got the answers, man. Maybe the coaches will listen to you.
You got a future.
Thank you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good night. All right, there's Mike. If he sees it, why can't the coaches see it, guys? And if Javius Bond played, he should have done what Mike said.
Eagle Eye Mike.
All right, Cameron, Al, and Matt, hang on. We'll get to your calls when we return. U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show. 317-1250 on the Halloween Express live line. Knowles and Devils going at it. We'll update you on that and other scores when we return after these words. The brunch is back. The famous brunch buffet at Fifth Street Hardware has a variety of breakfast and lunch items from 10:30 to 2, including an omelet station and prime rib, and a special Sunday cocktail menu, including mimosa flights. Don't forget, Fifth Street Hardware has lunch specials every day, along with over 40 beers on tap. Trivia Wednesday, live music every Thursday night, and a late-night menu through the weekend. Visit FifthStreetHardware.com or give them a follow on Facebook and Instagram for a weekly lineup and more. Go Pirates!
Are you having a hard time participating in the activities you love due to pain? Well, then you need a good stretch or perhaps a massage. At Bodies in Balance, they offer massage therapy, assisted stretching, and Graston techniques to help provide solutions. With years of experience, the team at Bodies in Balance can create a stretch or massage program that is right for you. Mention Pirate Radio to get your first free stretch and your first massage for only $1 per minute. Call 916-4530 to get on the schedule, or you can visit them online at bodiesinbalance.com.
Kick off spooky season with everything you need at your CBD store. They have Delta 8 and 9 gummies, which are #1 in the world, along with seltzers, THCA pre-rolls, flower, and vapes, plus unique pirate gifts, jewelry, and accessories. Need help with sleep, anxiety, or pain? Your CBD store has you covered. And their pet products will help your furry friends stay calm. So stop by your CBD store today. Open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 7. Your CBD store, 420 East Arlington Boulevard. Go Pirates!
This is John Gavigan with the Gavigan Agency. Our top priority is doing what is best for our members. Whether you are buying a new vehicle, a new home, protecting your family with life insurance, or filing a claim, our agency will be there every step of the way. Our goal is to become a trusted advisor for you and your family for all of your personal and commercial insurance needs. Give us a call in Greenville at 756-1400 for a car, home, business, or life insurance quote today, and give us the opportunity to show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Are you having a hard time participating in the activities?
Looking for a hometown service in a hometown atmosphere? Look no further than G.W. Walker & Sons in downtown Washington. Randy and Carolyn Walker will work with you to make your home renovations come to life. At G.W. Walker & Sons, we offer a wide selection of flooring for your home, office, church, or school, along with expert installation. Stop by G.W. Walker & Sons at 203 West Main Street in downtown Washington, and let's start making those dreams come true. G.W. Walker & Sons, serving Eastern North Carolina since 1946. Go Pirates.
Are you having a hard time? Jimmy John's has great taste wrapped up. All your favorite Jimmy John's sandwiches are now available as a wrap. Enjoy all natural meats, cheeses, and hand-sliced veggies, bundled into a convenient grab-and-go wrap that's made when you order it. Top it off with sensational sides, including new home-style potato salad and bow tie pasta salad. Grab your taste buds around Jimmy John's new wraps. And don't forget their loyalty app with a free sandwich after your first visit. Jimmy John's in Greenville and Wilson, and online at jimmyjohns.com. Are you having a hard time participating in the activity?
Pirate Radio.
You know, East Carolina deserves to go to Omaha. People should be worried about us. We're going to be really good, and I'm not afraid to say it on record.
The voice of the Pirate Nation.
Are you
You're listening to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter postgame call-in show. Here's Clip Brock. Now, with the Pirate Radio scoreboard, here's Shirley Rhodes.
All right, let's take one last look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard at the half. It is UTSA 20, Florida Atlantic 10. Virginia and North Carolina are tied in the second quarter at 14 apiece. Appalachian State is tied with Old Dominion at 7 apiece in the second quarter. It is Ole Miss 14, Auburn 7 in the start of the second quarter. Kansas State has a 21-3 lead over TCU in the second quarter. BYU leading Texas Tech 14-0 in the second quarter. Duke and Florida State have finally gotten underway. No score as of yet. LSU leads Army 7-0 in the first quarter. Michigan has a 7-0 lead over Michigan State. That is a look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, brought to you by The Buck. They have all the fun for your Sunday Fun Day covered. Every Sunday, kick off the day at The Buck. The Buck has the largest 4K screen in Greenville, along with 18 TVs, so you don't miss a game. They'll have mimosa specials, a Bloody Mary menu, and pizza all day from Pizza Hut. And don't forget the weekly jersey giveaway starting at 5 o'clock. Score every Sunday at The Buck. Now let's head back in to the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter. Here's Clip.
All right, Shirley, good job today, especially going double duty right now. Triple duty, actually. Audio, video, and answering phones. The Brown and Wood Drive of the Game is brought to you by Brown and Wood, serving the Pirate Nation in eastern North Carolina since 1937. Brown and Wood, your number one dealership in Greenville. Brown and Wood on Greenville Boulevard and online, brownandwoodauto.com. I guess we'll go 2 plays, 10 yards.
2 plays, 10 yards.
Flynn to Calhoun.
That's all you can do.
We had that previous caller that asked us about how many touchdowns have we scored, and then talked about the short fields we've scored on, and legitimately we've had about 6 touchdown drives that were real, something like that, this entire season, maybe less than that. Yeah. It is sad times for this pitiful offense.
Well, he's saying there was 4 legit ones.
There was 4 legit, and how many?
6 total.
6. Was that it? It's even worse than I remembered. Are we really giving Malone a third chance?
He, like I told him, well, first of all, he says he got disconnected, and that's why he didn't answer.
I don't like this.
I don't like it at all.
I don't like this.
He has been. I'm holding a very, very, very short leash. So Malone, if you hang up a third time, don't bother calling back.
Ever. Again. I can't believe.
My patience.
Shirley, this is like
is hair thin right now.
I am shocked that you are allowing this.
Right now, I'm on the verge of dog cussing somebody, so
all right.
Better be careful.
Well, we're staying on the air until that happens. Malone, Cameron, Al, hang on. Let's go to Matt in Charlotte. Hey, Matt.
Hey, how are you?
All right, what's up?
Good. Hey, I just wanted to switch gears, talk hoops for a second. I think that ECU basketball is going to be pretty good this year. Mike Schwartz is the man, picked 5th in the league. Pretty sure that's the highest we've been picked in the American. And I think he did a great job retaining Ozar and some of the other good players that some other schools were courting. So I think basketball season, I hope that fans show out. I was telling anybody at our tailgate who would listen that they should go to Minch.
Well, good for you, Matt. And I'm trying not to get too excited about it, overhype it, whatever. But I love the returners, Brandon Johnson, RJ. You mentioned Ezra. I'm very excited about Pirate Hoops this year. So I'm with you, man.
Yeah, I'm very excited. And then on the football front, I want to ask you guys, what do you think is like the realistic percentage and when that they would change something? Change a play caller or maybe change the snap numbers? Like,
after today, I'd make a change. I'd make a change right now. After you could barely get over 100 yards. Your only touchdown was given to you by Charlotte on a muff punt. I would make the change tonight and go a different route. See if you can do something the last 5 games or whatever. What do y'all say?
Yeah, I definitely think so. You got to give our fans something to cheer about.
Yeah.
From an overall standpoint of football, offense, defense, and special teams, they need something, man. They showed up again today. And it's good to see, but I think they deserve better, to be honest with you, man.
As far as how likely it is, Matt, it's a lot more likely this week than it was last week. I mean, this was pitiful. This was really bad today. Homecoming.
Yeah.
I fully agree. Charlotte didn't even play football 10 years ago.
They barely played football today.
I agree.
Man. And Alan Thomas mentioned something else. He said they just put in the offense this week.
A new offense. They ran a totally different offense than what they were.
Anyway,
so I don't know.
So it can be done, is what you're saying. If things aren't going great, it can be done.
Hey, Matt, thanks.
All right, buddy. There's Matt in Charlotte, 317-1250. Let's go to Al in Greenville. Hello, Al.
Hey, Clip. How you doing?
Philly Al. Doing all right, man. Hope you are.
Yeah, I haven't called because, I have a lot of my children come down to see me, and the first thing I do is I usually drive around Greenville and show them the beautiful stadium, the facilities, and I don't understand it. I've been following Pirates I've been down here 25 years now, and can't believe it. I have no idea what you can do. I have no idea. I don't, even if you change coaches in the middle of the year, if there's no players, and it affects the psyche of the city. In fact, I just came back. My son-in-law has a corporate seat for the Phillies game, so I went out and saw the Phillies play, and everybody's alive, and it's everybody. But I came back home, and it affects the whole city, and it's a damn shame because we have a great facility and got great people and tailgating. I'm always bragging how great it is down here and how great college football is. What do you think realistically is going to happen? Do you think they're going to? I don't see any good in changing the coaches.
Again, earlier in the season, I thought Donnie survives the season. I thought Mike Houston certainly survives until next year, but we are getting worse, or it's not getting any better. If you do end up 1-11, you've got to look at that. I mean, you're going to say we lost a lot last year. Every team loses good players every year. 1-11 is just not, you can't excuse that. I don't think so. Still more games to play. I don't know, Al, but man.
Let me ask you something. What did Garcia do sitting behind Ellis? What did he do? I thought he was ready to come in. I thought he was the quarterback of the future. Every time people talked about him, he's the quarter. What did he learn anything, or did he try to learn anything?
Great question. I don't know.
He didn't play in the games. Just because you sit there, you got to play in games. Like I said, I said this way back earlier in the year. I said one of the best things I've seen that I've been around to see that's been done in college football was we played our backup quarterback every third series in a game. One, it made them focus in practice in case you ever had to go in there and play him. But two, it gave them real quality game experience because you sit over there and hold a clipboard or signaling signals throughout the game for 4 years. You haven't gotten better as a football player.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking around the pro football league and really proud of Zay Jones. I'm really the one player. I've been following him, and he went to ECU. So, well,
maybe Keaton Mitchell will get a little action for the Ravens tomorrow. And by the way, Philly Al, I'm taking the Eagles to beat the Dolphins tomorrow night. What do you think?
I think you're lying to me.
I'm serious. Coming off a loss, I like the Eagles to bounce back.
I didn't even know you were. No, I didn't know you were a Atlanta Brave fan, and I didn't want to say anything to you, but we kicked their butts too. So
why'd you just say that?
Oh, come on,
Why would you say I didn't want to say anything to you and you just said that?
Because I know how much I hate the Eagles. They could win the Super Bowl, and you still see them.
I said something nice about the Eagles, Al.
Yep, and you had to bring up them old crazy Phillies, huh?
Said anything about the Eagles, and I'll never say anything about whoever roots were, the Commodores, what the hell they're called. I thought
this is exactly what's wrong with Philly fans. You say something nice to them, and they throw batteries through the phone at you.
Al, you got two Braves fans in here.
I'm telling you, Al, you're picking the wrong fight there, buddy.
Well, we proved it again. Braves just another second-rate team out of.
All right, Al. Good to hear from you, buddy.
Oh, man.
There is Al. I do like that Philly fans are scumbags like that, and you say something nice to them, and they go right after you. At least they play their part. I appreciate that. All right, Cameron is up in Austin, Texas. What's up, Cameron?
What's up, guys?
What are you doing in Austin, Texas?
I enjoyed the Formula One U.S. Grand Prix today with my buddy from Austin. And
oh, wow.
About 1,000 miles away from this disaster of a program that we have here in East Carolina right now. So that was one positive I'll take away. But sadly, I watched the game. Man, any of y'all at Free Boot Friday last night and see Mike Houston's annual PR stunt for the fans, like I called him last week and said about? That he shows up on Free Boot Friday and you never see him out on the town or anything. I'll stick to what I said last week. What has Mike Houston done for this fan base to interact with them, apart from being the football coach? How are you in year 5 after having your most successful season in almost a decade? You go from 8-5 in a bowl win to just a disaster of an offense, a disaster of a team in general. You can't go 1-11, which is what we're doing after an 8-5 season. You just can't do that. Not in year 5. It's unacceptable. Donnie Kirkpatrick should have been fired 4 games ago. I mean, guys, we lost to Charlotte. Charlotte AD must have gone out to Duplin County to a family reunion at a mobile home park to get their head coach the way he looked, and we lost this guy. I mean, give me a break, Clip. I mean, Clip, we should hire you as our head coach. I mean, you look the part, anyways. But yeah, Donnie Kirkpatrick's got to go. This is a disaster. Year 5, you can't let this happen. Yeah, Donnie Kirkpatrick's got to go. And honestly, John Gilbert, he's got to think about getting rid of Mike Houston. Maybe bring in Dan Bowen. Maybe bring in Oregon's offense coordinator, maybe bring in anybody, maybe bring in a random guy from a trailer park in Duplin County, because that seems to beat in-state opponents. I don't know. It's a disaster. That's the worst football game I've ever seen in my life, East Carolina play. It's embarrassing. I never thought we'd be back to worse than Scotty Montgomery, but we're worse than Scotty Montgomery. And Marcus, Cliff, y'all been around East Carolina for, even you, Jason, a long, long time, longer than I have. I'm 25 years old. It's football is the Greenville community, and a 1-11 season is just a total disaster to happen after what happened. It basically means the last 2 years are meaningless if you go 1-11 this year. It's a disaster, but as always, go Pirates, and I'm ready for some basketball season, and can't wait to get back in the great state of North Carolina tomorrow. But anyways, thank you for all you do. Go Pirates. Get Donnie Kirkpatrick out of here. Get Mike Houston out of here. The North Carolina School of the Deaf and Blind runs a better offense than East Carolina. Peace out.
All right, I knew something was coming from Cameron.
Okay, can I make a correction there? It's North Carolina School for the Deaf. Period.
No blind.
No blind.
Just
it's
deaf.
a separate entity.
Thank you, Shirley.
Just putting that out there as a coda. I don't like it when people lump them together.
Okay, there you go. It's North Carolina School of the Deaf. Get it right, Cameron. Eric said Marcus and Jason picked the wrong year to join the Pirate Radio Game Day broadcast. I am sorry for you guys that y'all have to sit through this year.
It's been quite interesting, man. I mean, God, I feel their pain, though. I mean, it's frustrating, man. Yeah.
And I just hope the folks, because this has happened at a previous administration, people think we get off on them losing and root for them to lose because we have a packed call-in show.
That is not
and they
it.
think, we're here, win or lose. When we win, we party. When we score 70 points on North Carolina, we were hooting and hollering, talking junk, having the best whole time.
We took 70 phone calls.
We took
that
70
day.
calls. People called in, wouldn't stop calling in. So we want them to win, folks. You think Jason and Marcus want them to win? You think I want them to win? Shirley, we have a lot more fun when they win. That is for damn sure. All right. Oh, boy. Malone in Jacksonville. Malone, are you there?
I'm here this time.
What's up, buddy?
I just want to apologize for the first time, my buddy cursing on the way back, and the second time I got a phone I just hung up. So
You caught Shirley on a good day. You usually don't get 3 chances, so.
Malone is finally here. Postgame Malone is back.
Oh, boy. All right, what you got?
Well, Charlotte, I thought we'd beat them, but I was wrong. They got a professional sports team there, so they're a good team. They put up a couple points, so, they're good. I heard they were in Farmville last night, and they offered one of the players in Farmville right in ECU's backyard that I guess ECU's not good enough to offer that kid, so they know what they're doing. And speaking of Farmville, you need to vote for Shirley Rose if you live in Farmville for a commissioner. And that's all Malone has to say. Vote Shirley, and ECU offer the kid from Farmville. Postgame Malone is out.
Postgame Malone. No wonder you put that call through, Shirley.
Yeah, drop the mic.
Honestly, I did not know that was going to happen.
That paid off for you.
It did pay off for me, but I'm trying to figure out who it is now.
It's Post Malone. Postgame Malone.
Drop the mic.
You live in Farmville, Shirley?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Dang.
I've spent most of my life there.
Yeah. He knows something about you over there then, Shirley. If he knew you was running for, what did he say you was running for?
Town commissioner. I am running for town commissioner. So, yeah, I was not aware of that, but in terms of Malone knowing who I was,
Shirley,
and what I was doing.
Look, I hate politics. I don't get into it at all.
I don't either. Trust me.
As town commissioner, what would you do to improve ECU football?
I would place a call to Farmville Central's football coach,
Ron Cook.
Ron Cook, and ask Ron if he would do us a solid and go and have a chat with ECU's football team and the coaches.
Okay.
Because, Ron, in case you hadn't noticed, Farmville Central beat Green Central, who is our rival, 48-6 or 8. I think it might have been 8.
Coach
6 or
Cook,
8.
Man, he turned it around.
He's
doing good.
Thumping the opponents over there. So I'm thinking he knows a thing or two about offense. I would pick up the phone and call him and say, hey, Coach Cook, would you please pay a visit to the ECU locker room and maybe impart some knowledge that we pray that someone would absorb and execute.
That's a great answer. And it was very non-political. You had your message, and you said, I like it. Very good. Yeah. What is Florida State doing? They just
I missed it.
They went for it on 4th and 1. I want to say they're at their own, 33. Let me see where the camera is here. 35.
35.
And they weren't even close. And Jason, once again, you can go and tell me this is why you throw it on 4th and 1. They have been stuffed twice running the ball on 4th down.
Listen, man, you know.
Oh, sorry.
Wow. It's part of the game. Like they're loading up right there. You know what? And I'm not saying because they've done a great job. So let's not be.
Yeah.
But try to keep them off balance. It's hard to beat anybody when they know when something's coming.
And Duke is up 7-0, and they got great field position after stopping the Seminoles twice on 4th down. Were they in their own territory the first time? It was closer to midfield, I know.
Yeah, it was close. It was further. They were further out last time.
Yeah, but man.
But this is going to at least be a field goal right here.
The Dukies putting it on them early. All right, we wrapping this baby up, Shirley? Final thoughts, fellas. Jason. Oh, by the way, Shirley, Reed. I hadn't heard from old Reed Williamson in a while. He was really hoping you would dog cuss somebody before the night was over. Sorry, Reed. Maybe next week.
Yeah, I don't think you have enough space on this dump button to.
Yeah. Maybe next week.
Yeah, maybe
and
next
also,
week.
Randolph, thank you for the bun cakes. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you, Randolph.
Randolph.
That would put a smile on our face during a bad fourth quarter. Jason, Pirates 1-6, losing to Charlotte today.
Yeah, I mean, I feel all the frustration that the Pirate fans are feeling right now, and we're one of them as well. It's just a disappointing to be this far down right now. And, you were hoping each week we're going to get better, or we got a chance here. We come in here actually very positive, thinking this is the Pirates are going to get a win. We're not coming in here saying the Pirates are going to lose. And, and it just hadn't happened, man. And it's frustrating. I think some of the things everybody's saying is true. I'm not going to call for that. I'm a coach in heart. I don't like to see people get fired. But, when you're in this profession, it's part of what goes on. And so as a man, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're going to probably get fired. So that's just part of it. But I'm not going to call for that. And really, that's on the AD to sit down and say, hey, are we moving in the right direction? It's on Coach Houston to say, hey, are we moving in the right direction? And they got the answers to that. We just see the product that they put out there on Saturday, and obviously it hadn't been very good. But, I know those guys are trying hard. The players are trying hard. It's just not happening. Something is missing, and we got to find that missing piece. And that means you got to dig hard. You got to be truthful. You got to be able to look in the mirror and say, what can I do to get this thing better? And get the right answers in there, and let's get this thing fixed. And I don't mean it's going to probably get fixed this year.
No.
But it needs to get fixed moving forward because it's too much at stake for East Carolina University. Just listen now. I'm telling you, we've sat here before and seen things go right in front of our eyes. We were talking about it here earlier. We were in a situation where UCF was a FCS program when we played them, right, Mark C? Played them right here at home, Downey-Ficklin Stadium. Dante Culpepper as the quarterback. They're in the Big 12 now. East Carolina we got to take advantage of whatever's going to come down our way, but it's going to start with the face of this football program.
Me personally, man, I just think, first things first is definitely have to flush this game. This game is done and over with. That's 2 in-state opponents that we've lost to, which, we couldn't fathom back a long time ago, even not so long ago, whenever. But the next course of action is you have to do something with the offensive side of the ball. You have to, whether it's, it could be even sitting a starter, saying, hey, making a statement that way. It could be making the changes at the offensive coordinator position and who's calling plays or giving the free reins to the offensive coordinator, whatever it may be. But that's definitely something that has to be addressed going forward, starting next week.
Definitely. And we will be talking ECU, UTSA, starting on Monday right here. Jason Nichols will join us Monday, Marcus Thursday. That's the plan anyway. And next week we'll be with you 11:30 a.m. on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, getting you ready for a 3:30 kickoff, Pirates and Roadrunners, a game I was really looking forward to going into the year, and now I'm not looking forward to it at all because I'm not looking forward to any ECU football games because this is brutal. Shirley, awesome job, especially running triple duty back there. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Marcus, Jason, I wish this was more fun, but the people really appreciate you and enjoy what you guys are doing, so thank you all, guys.
Well, we appreciate it, man. We enjoy being here.
All right, I'm going to go put my Biff costume up. Pirates lose to Charlotte 10-7. Pitiful. We'll recap it and talk more and start talking more hoops as well, men's and women. So got that on the horizon. Absolutely. Some ECU baseball as well. So some things to be excited about. Thank y'all. Awesome show. Appreciate y'all watching, calling, and everything in between, listening to us on the U.S. Cellular 5th Quarter Call-In Show. We'll talk to you next Saturday, 11:30 a.m. on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, and after the game, U.S. Cellular 5th Quarter Call-In Show. For the crew, I'm Clip Brock. Thanks to Halloween Express. Thanks to Wings Over Greenville. We'll see you next week, U.S. Cellular 5th Quarter Call-In Show.
You have been listening to the U.S. Cellular 5th Quarter Postgame Call-In Show. Join us next time for complete postgame coverage of East Carolina football, exclusively on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
If they can go do it